I was admittedly tired at the very end, so I forgot how we. Oh, nice song! I love it. So I would be curious to hear a recap on how we segue
Sure.
to the next.
I can do it too. Just always like to put the option out there if anyone feels really passionate. Last week in the Adventures of the Cataclysm's Call. Just turn that down.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. You found yourselves in the middle of a fight with a scribe devil named Brogdane. In the underground layer of the Barbed View, the city of Greengard, which you had come into via a portal from the domain of the Merry Meister. Defeating Brogdane, you searched the room and found a few things of interest, including a secret passage that led you to the docks of the city, where you decided you were going to steal a ship. Meanwhile, Oz went to visit his friend, the doctor, and finding him missing and only a single yellow scrap of fabric to as a clue, he elected to stay behind while you all boarded the ship of a man named Rotan, who is apparently an acquaintance of Apoy. Rotan invited you all on willingly, said his ship was faster than any other ships out there, and said he was going to get you to the Hero's Holding before it started. And that is where we find ourselves on the ship of Sir Rotan as he is pulling out of the docks here. Inside, if you remember, it smells of all these like luxurious spices, like cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. It smells like an apple pie, honestly. And there is jewelry in cases like lining every single facet of this room. There's also like a desk in the center, and it's here that Rotan sits down and pulls out a bag, a sack of something, and sets it down on the table and sort of unfurls a mat over this desk. And you can see on this map, it seems to be like blueprints of the ship you're sitting on. And taking this sack, he dumps out a handful of some sort of powder, takes a match out of his pocket, lights it, and this mist rises in the air as it burns and sort of covers everything around you. And pretty soon, you start to move, and you can feel yourself moving through the water, slowly at first. Faster, faster, picking up speed. Rotan looks over at you. Well, if you're being chased, I have a few tricks that'll keep us off the radar. This mist is going to keep us invisible, so any ships that are out there will be able to track us visually. Who's after you?
Lots.
How unfortunate.
Kind of seems like everyone, maybe. See, this guy here, and I point to him, he was a slave, got free, killed a couple people, maybe killed a person. But, yeah, there's all sorts of people in town kind of after us. Probably just good to skip out like we did.
Well, I'm glad I could be of service in that regard. You're all friends with Apoy? Have you known him long?
Couple
No.
days.
Well,
He said you like maps, is that right? Like,
I
you're
love
kinda into
maps.
maps and stuff. Well,
maps are how I make my money.
thought you might want to take a look at this, and I'm gonna pull the crystal orb out and have him take a look at it. I don't know what it means, and I let Apoy take a look at it. To me, kind of looks like a map, and if you shine some light in it, is there any light? I'll just like try to demonstrate.
Yeah, there are like golden torches on the wall that light up, illuminating this central room.
I'll definitely like just put it in the way of any one of these light emitting things and see. Take a look. I figure if anyone knows anything about maps, and if this is a map like I think it is, maybe you'll have some wise words about it.
Interesting. I've never seen any sort of map such as this before. Where did it come from?
Well, I found it in a box, and that box came from the sky. And then, I guess we don't really know where that came from. Maybe like a, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if you are interested in selling this map of yours, I would be more than happy to purchase it for my collection.
Ah, no, I don't think it's for sale, actually, mate. I still got use for it. I don't know what that use is, but once I find out, I'm going to put it to good use.
Fair enough, but if you ever change your minds, you know where to find me.
I could always ask a poi, yeah?
Friends of a poi should not be so drabbily dressed. Please, allow me to offer small tokens of my friendship to the lot of you. I think I know just the things. Remain here for a moment. And he steps back and like pushes on one of these display cases, and it pops out of the wall and sort of opens up like a secret door, and he goes back behind it and disappears momentarily. And he returns a few seconds later with with three small different golden items in his hand. First of all, he goes over to you, Fedor, and he hands you a chain, a golden chain. And at the end of it seems to hang a miniature lantern, also made of gold. For you. He goes over to you, Milo, and this is a brass ring with golden flecks in it. And on the front of it is, in beautiful detail, the golden face of a frog. This seems to suit you quite well, and I thought perhaps something a little more edgy for you, Amim. And he hands you these two bands, and they have like spikes sticking out of them, like these bracelets that are just spiked. Any friends of Apoy are friends of mine, and friends of mine cannot go without a nice piece or two. I'm sure you'll want to take some time to rest and get used to those items. They are all attunable.
I immediately put them on. Like, are they like straps, or can I just toss them on?
You just basically put them on, and as you put them on, it actually like tightens to your arm, and it fits snugly.
Very nice.
And would you all like to attune to these items?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
I'll wait
gonna
till I
be
get
like-
back to my room, and then I'll in the privacy, I'll kind of mess with it and play with it and Google over it.
Sure.
I'm gonna look through my like possessions, and I actually do have the. How big was that box? Because I wrote it on my inventory, but I don't know
It's
if I
about
actually.
the same size as you.
Okay, so I'm not bringing it with me. Never mind. Okay, I don't have anything to give him. I'm gonna be like, I didn't give you anything. I've come empty-handed. I'm on your boat. I mean,
Your presence is more than enough. I enjoy hosting travelers.
well, you are very kind. And if you'd like to study it, and I'm gonna like hand him the orb, you can take a look at it if you're interested. And before I leave, I'll just take it with me. But you know, while I'm on board, take a look at it if you like.
I would love to take a look. Do you mind if I take it to my private study?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
He tucks it away. You should all get some rest. We're going to be sailing all night. I'm sure you're going to want your energy for tomorrow. He snaps his fingers, and like 4 bed rolls appear just on the floor in here. I'll be back to check on you when we reach land.
All right.
Back
Thank
through
you.
the same secret passage. Closes it.
What's this guy's name again?
His
Rotan.
name is Rotan. Rotan.
Putting that on my character sheet as one of my allies, because this guy's cool. Rotan.
Glad you guys are so attached to him. So if you would all like to attune to your items, I will reveal what they do to you. Amim, yours is a band of golden thorns. When wearing this, so the spikes actually go in and they pierce into your arms a little bit, and it seems like they connect to your bloodstream as you attune to it. While wearing it, after you roll a saving throw, but before you know if it succeeds or fails, you can use your reaction to expend 1 hit die and re-roll it. Fedor is an alchemical lantern necklace. It has 3 charges, regains all expended charges daily at dusk. You can use an action to expend 1 charge, lighting the lantern, and it basically spits fire at a creature that you can see. So any creature that you can see, you can make an attack roll against it with a +5 bonus, and on a hit, it takes 2d6 fire damage.
Wow.
And Milo, yours is a Ring of the Frog. While wearing this ring, you have a swimming speed of 20 feet, and you can jump 3 times your normal distance. Additionally, you can use an action to transform your tongue into one resembling that of a frog for 1 minute. Your elongated tongue can reach out to a distance of 20 feet and can pick up or hold an object weighing less than 10 pounds. If you're trying to grab something that someone else is in possession of, it may require, obviously, like a sleight of hand roll or something like that. Once used, it cannot be used again until the next dawn.
Very cool. That's amazing. Okay. How do I know what my jump is? If it's 3 times my jump, what's my jump technically?
Your jump distance, I just looked this up the other day. Jumping
Put you on the spot.
It has something to do with
Mechanics.
your strength score.
Okay. It's not a
Um,
critical thing right this second if we don't need to.
It's all good. Long jump, you can move a number of feet up to your strength score if you move 10 feet first, like if you get a running start. And if you are making a standing long jump, you can only half that distance. And for a high jump, you leap in the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
That's like feet.
Yes.
What was the long jump again? I apologize.
So if you get a 10-foot head start,
Mm-hmm.
it's just equal to your strength score.
Okay.
And if you don't get a head start, it's half your strength score. But now it's 3 times either of those things.
Okay. Got it. Very cool.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is my lantern able to be lit just for light, or does it just light up and then all?
It can be lit up just for light.
Okay.
Yes. Is there anything the 3 of you would like to take care of on this boat this evening, or shall we skip ahead to the next morning?
I'm gonna talk to Fedor really quick and say that was very kind of him, and I think this is the only metal thing I own, despite the coins in my pocket. Everything else is made of wood and stone, and yeah, like my spear. And then I'm gonna pull the plum core out of my pocket that I'm kind of like just finding out where things go in what pockets, and I look at it for a second, and I'm like, "Do you think Oz is gonna be okay?"
All right, Lottie, I think so. I agree. He's definitely the most kind person we've met so far. Kinder than most of the folk that I live with. Nobody gives a stranger a gift like that. that thing right there is amazing, and so is the thing around my neck.
What about Oz, though? Who we just left behind? You think he's going to be okay?
Well, it's his choice. I admittedly worry a little bit, but I think it'll be fine.
I think so too. And I'm just gonna like find a sleeping roll and lay down, admiring this little ring.
It's very shiny. Like it's made out of brass, but there are like just speckles of gold in it that catch the light, and shine out. Is there anything else that needs to be accomplished before skipping ahead to the morning? Alrighty. The next morning, you are awoken by this rotund figure returning to this room filled with display cases here at the center of the ship, who just sort of gently shakes you awake. Says, "We've arrived. I got us here in record time. You are all, of course, welcome to stay on my ship over the next few days if you would like, although I'm sure you will find better accommodations within the city proper. I do not know how long I will be in town. Would you like me to wait for you all so we can continue this journey together, or shall I merely skip town when I hear my calling?"
You wait, please.
Very well.
Where are we at now?
He took you to the city of Two Bridges, which is
Like
Oh,
west.
yeah.
yes.
See it.
You
See it.
sailed around Red Reach, around Shale, under High Mount, and up to the city of Two Bridges.
So we went down in the dip and then back up.
You went down in the dip and then back up.
Cool.
And you find yourselves at the eastern side of the city here.
Okay. I agree. Perhaps might be rude for us to ask for more generosity, but waiting might be good.
I would be happy to remain. Oh, and before I forget, here is your map back. I was unable to find any further information about it last night, but I would love to continue to study it should we find ourselves on a voyage such as this again.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. That's the least I can do. Thanks.
Of course. I'm
kinda
sorry, I apologize. I
polished
have
it.
no food to offer you this morning, but I'm
You've
sure
done
you'll be
enough.
able to find something in the city. It is, of course, the day of the hero's holding. I have some business to take care of with the harbor master, but feel free to come and go as you wish. Is there anything else I can get you all before I take my leave?
Is there a skiff, or how do we best? Are we docked up, or
We are currently docked.
okay? Oh, never mind. I should have looked first.
No worries. There are no windows in this room, so it would be hard for anyone but me to know. Well, if that is all, have a great day. He goes once again behind this like secret door display case thing, further into the ship.
Has anyone ever been to this city?
This is
Sound
closer to home than we've been in a while, but I've only been around.
I'm gonna just walk off the ship and just like start looking at the like. Are we in a port, or are we close to like town structure?
So, you are at like the docks of this city, which are like just at the end of the city proper. So they're like right outside the sort of short city walls. but they are still like a part of the city here.
I'm just gonna walk straight to the city, like as soon as I can.
Oh,
But not
he's off.
sprint.
Yeah, I'm gonna like catch up to you. Like, oh, let's go.
Absolutely. Amim, it is much as you remember, but for the rest of you here, this is entirely different than anything you've all seen before. Fedor, you are used to the grand interior of the mountain of Rimeward, which has buildings carved into it everywhere, in huge scale. But this, all the buildings are freestanding outside, and is very metropolitan. Milo, this is definitely the biggest congregation of buildings you've seen in your life. It seems the city stretches as far as you look. And as Amim leads you sort of down the dockway and through the gates to the city proper, you notice that this city is just packed with people everywhere. The roads are full. It seems like a number of people have come into town for this Heroes Holding event. Everywhere you look, people are going to and fro. You see booths set up selling food, art, items, anything you could imagine. And people move up and down the streets in a frenzy. What you all like to do?
That is a good question. Connor,
Are
wish
there
a boy
any-
was here.
True. Are there any like obvious congregations of people? Like, is it more of like a festival with a ton of booths down like the city streets, or is it just like everyone's just drinking?
Roll an investigation check or perception as you're looking around here.
That will be a 8.
8. It's sort of hard to tell as people are milling to the docks and from the docks. It does seem like a lot of these booths are like maybe not officially sanctioned, but more just people that have sort of set up on the side of the road and are selling stuff to passerbys. There does seem to be some general flow of the crowd leading further into the town, but you don't know specifically where they're headed.
I will just follow. I kind of like want to join the party. You know what I mean? Like if there's cool booths, I want to check them
Festivities.
out. If there's just like stuff to do, I want to see it.
Absolutely. There is stuff going on like everywhere here. The smell of like roasted meats and fried vegetables comes up to you. Is there like people grilling on the side of the road here, in these booths selling like food? There's also like a juggler on the side of the road, throwing flaming batons into the air. He's got a small crowd circled around him. But as you sort of follow the crowd further into the city, you do find yourself towards what you and would recognize as the Prime Monastery, which is the home of the Veskin Order, the headquarters. And actually, as all of you look around, you've all seen Veskin monks before in your life. They're a relatively ordinary part of everyday life in cities, but it seems like probably 1/3 of the people you've come across in the city are Veskin monks of some type, recognizable because they're wearing these like long, very specific red robes.
Hmm.
You can see like as you come up to the Prime Monastery here, there is a tent actually set up like in front of these huge stone stairs that lead into the structure. And a big sign above that says sign up for the Heroes Holding here. Looks like there's a little bit of a line.
What do you think that is?
Hero holding.
I mean, I know what a hero is, but I don't know what he's holding.
Me.
I'm gonna
Could be
say
anything.
Draconic. Tell me more.
I'm not that familiar with the Veskin Order, or any of this, really. But it seems to be some kind of contest. Is that something that we're looking to do once we find a poi? Once we meet back up with him?
He's along with you. He's just not speaking because he's
Being
not
extra quiet. Yeah.
A poi, what's the matter?
I might need secure a good meal and maybe a place to sleep tonight, assuming we don't go back to the ship.
Do we know how long the Hero's Holding is going for?
You probably would, being from this city originally. It is a yearly event for the past 15 years, and it goes for a week every year, leading up to the Palm of the Vescan Order, which is like the head of this organization's birthday.
I relay all of that information. So it's like a week-long festival. It's like the hand.
If it's a week long,
Oh.
how many days have we already lost? Is today the first day?
Today is the first day.
All right, then we're right on time. That's great.
Day 1.
Good. I, for one, would be interested in getting some fine ale. Seems to me that every tavern has their own drink, and every city has their own taverns. Who knows what tasty drinks we could explore here? It is a festival after all.
Yes.
It's at this point a short, gnomish fellow with a bit of a paunchy gut, wearing this like patchwork cloak of red and blue and yellow. Stands up like on a boot, like a crate outside this tent. That's a sign up. Says, "Last call for anyone wishing to sign up for the Hero's Holding. We will be commencing with the first trial this afternoon. So if anyone is interested, please make your way to the end of the line. Thank you."
I'm gonna try to like raise Amim's hand, even though it's probably not even above his like waist when I like lift it up. He wants to sign up, and this gent here, I point to Fedor. You guys could do that, right? You're both heroes.
Me. No.
What?
Huh.
Is it we would have to get in the line for that? The guy just like called it to all the people just waiting in line.
Yes. There's like this is where the main sort of central area of this festival is. And so he just kind of crawled out to the crowd.
What if you guys wait in line? I'll go ground up some drinks, bring them back to us in the line. We can drink them while we wait.
Never fight on an empty belly.
Yeah.
Well, would I remember what? Because I simply can't. What does the Hero's Holding, if we were to win, if that's the best word?
Yes, the prize.
Would be given. Yes.
The prize consists of looking at the wrong thing here. The prize consists of 10,000 gold pieces, a token designating the winners as agents of the Palm and granting them hospitality from the Vescan Order, and general prestige.
Do I? How many Vescan Order bros are around us?
Probably like 100. Like it's even thicker. The concentration is even thicker here around their main building. It looks like there are like people guarding the building. As you look sort of in this tent that they're signing people up at, it's all like staffed by people in red robes. Plus there are people in red robes in the crowd all over.
Would any of them recognize me? Like, or do I recognize any of them?
Roll a history check.
Super comically. I love how comically loud my dice are. You said history?
Yes.
I just had it and I just lost it. Okay. Dang. It's
Check
just
out
a 13.
my ring of the frog.
Oh yeah.
None of these people
That's
are
awesome.
super recognizable to you. There are probably over 1,000 monks in this city, so there are a lot of them you probably don't know.
That makes sense. With the Veskin Order, would I know or remember? Like, I don't even know how long I was enslaved for, but would I remember where I like trained or like any of that kind of stuff?
Hold on one second. Yes, it would have been at the sorry, it would have been at the Prime Monastery here. There's like a training ground
Okay.
directly behind, which is this huge arena.
Cool.
That we train in.
I will just bite my tongue for now and just kind of go with the flow for a minute.
Absolutely.
Does it look like there's any stalls or like anything nearby where people are just like selling alcohol on the street or like drinks or any food or anything like it's within
Yeah, there's actually
eyesight?
like someone going by right now with like, you know, at baseball games they got those like
Yeah. Get your
ice
peanuts. Yeah.
trays with the beer in it. Yeah, it's like that, except it's just like a tray of ale. They're calling out 2 silver, 2 silver, flagon of ale. Keep the flagon.
I like slide over there and I'm like, I will take 3 of those then.
3 for such a small
Please?
person.
Oh,
6
how many?
silver.
Yep. All right. I like cough them up. I think I have 6 silver. I have exactly 6 silver, but not anymore.
Puts it in his pocket.
Sounds
Real
like a good deal.
Try not to get too sloppy, my friend.
You as well. I'm gonna carry all 3 of these in a triangle shape, back to my homies in line. Didn't grab any food, but I did find these. Steady on. Like hand them up to you guys.
Me thirsty, and I'm just gonna drink the whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, me as well.
Apoy says, I for one think we should sign up for this festival. It is the reason that I thought we should come to town in the first place.
That is true. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not much for fighting, but I'll watch you guys and I can cheer. And I'll be there and be like, all right, that's my friend. He cut his head off and stuff.
You have more to offer than you think. Oh, man.
So at this point, you hear a voice behind you that goes, well, well, well. And turning around, you recognize a gnomish figure you've run into a number of times now. Miss Ivana the Doom, wearing her traditional braided hair with knives sticking out the end.
What a bitch.
Look who showed up. I was beginning to worry you weren't going to make it.
Is she talking to the whole group?
Yes.
I just ignore her. Is she like
You
standing
going
right
to-
in front of us? Just.
She's
you
like
guys hear
behind you.
something?
Cute. Are you guys going to sign up? I'd love to crush you.
You fight here?
Fight? No. Win? Yes.
But you fight to win. Me don't know language well. Me
Clearly.
kill.
Good luck.
Yep.
I will remind you that much like the arenas in Greengard, any fighting during this competition is non-lethal. But we all know your track record with that.
Good, actually. Didn't want to die.
Yep.
Apparently you don't, because you're still smiling, Lassie.
That's because he couldn't touch me if he tried.
Me
I'm gonna poke her.
don't want to touch you.
If I
You-
can poker, I'm gonna go touch.
Careful. I'll cut your finger off next time.
There's more where that came from.
Please.
You have partner for fight. Doom.
I have a whole team.
Oh.
And we're going to win. The Mad Raptors will soar victorious.
Mad Raptors. I thought you fight.
My team. Well, this is a team-based competition. Do you really not know anything about what's going on here?
Your team name Raptor?
Not just raptor, mad raptors. Like birds of prey.
More
We'll
like
repeat
bad
this.
crappers, am I right? Like look around it.
That bad name.
The jokes just keep coming. Please, I am really begging you. Get in line so I can humiliate you and beat you.
Okay.
I think we're in line. I'm gonna like gesture to the line, like, isn't this what we're in?
How you?
Oh, are you in line?
I think so. I assume.
Okay.
I figured, yeah.
I'll see you this afternoon for the first trial then. Best of
I'm
luck.
gonna like kind of like step up to him and be like, look, whatever your past is with him, I do wish you the best of luck, and I offer a handshake.
Finally, a good sport.
And then if she goes to shake, I'm gonna like deny the handshake.
Well, that settles it. I'll see you on the field. She walks away.
Sure.
This is how wars are waged.
I feel like there's a fire inside of me. I've never been so rude to someone in my life.
Well
She-
done, Lottie. Well done.
She must be dead. Methinks.
Well, you don't need to know Draconic to know that Omnum's gonna fuck some shit up.
She thirsty for blood for a long time. Like dog.
What was it you did to her again that made her so mad? Why does she hate you so much?
She my rival. We fight lots in gladiator tournament. She win, me win.
All right, so you've done this before then. No big deal. We can do it again. I'm gonna like cheers
She
with
is-
my beer.
Better now.
Oh. But so are you. I mean, right? Right? You're better,
It is
right?
not a me competition. We must be better.
With that, one of the monks sitting behind this long table at the inside the tent, sign-up tent here, waves you over and says, "Next, please, next."
There you go, guys. Right there.
We walk
Do
up.
we have enough people in our crew?
How many we need?
Hello.
Asking, bro.
Minimum entry is 5 people. I see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Is there another joining you?
Yeah,
Yes.
there is. We'll have a 5th. Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep. He's
If
just
you don't
running
have
a
enough
bit late.
people, you are welcome to use one of our subs for this.
Can
We have 4.
we meet?
Yes.
I like kick Fedor
Sub?
in the shin.
Oh.
We've got 5.
Subs are assigned on a first come, first serve basis, so if there are 4 of you, we will assign you the next one in line.
Well.
Which is, and she looks down at a clipboard in front of her. Looks like, oh, you're in luck. It's Rylish.
Is that
What I know,
a
Relish.
good thing?
Roll a history check.
Can we meet
7.
him?
7. It's a name that sounds familiar to you. You don't immediately get a face.
Do
I'll
I
go.
know him? No, I live in the woods.
Yes.
You do not know him. You don't
He
even have
is
to roll.
good.
Will you be taking this up then?
Sounds like we probably should, actually. Sorry for kicking you, Fedor.
For now, we take.
Fantastic. Rylish, over here, please. And Garrick, would you like to
Hell
describe your character?
Very scared it wasn't gonna be him.
I was too.
It was like, do we take this?
So
I was like, we need to go find Garrett.
It's actually my character.
Whoa, that'd be fun. You know, all the-
yeah, it's fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I wear the same red robes that you see the majority of the people here, and certainly all of the Vescan monks wearing. When I approach, you'll notice that I am a nice and towering 7'5".
Oh damn!
I am a big old beast of a man, and I look it as well. I have very dark tan skin, but it looks almost like a beast's hide. You know, it's like sort of that. It's just a very rough, leathery looking material, just my bare skin. I have black hair that I have just. I think there's a better word for it, but I don't know hair. So it's just like braided, but to like his head. It's very confined, and kept taut back. And also you notice probably this is the thing you would notice first, is that where most people have 2 eyeballs, I instead have one massive crater of an eye sticking out of my face. This is, however, covered up partially by a thin layer of fabric that's been tied in some sort of mask or some sort of help me out with the word I'm trying to think of.
Visor.
Blindfold, some sort of blindfold fashion. However, that does not stop you from noticing the cranium that sticks out of me, a massive sort of hulking man, especially around my one singular eyebrow. So even though I do have this blindfold on, you can see that I would probably be what you may refer to as a cyclops.
So we have Grecian myth and we have Norse myth.
Let's
one
get
party.
Let's get some more in here. Let's get an Egyptian something or other.
Oh, let me die.
Yeah, exactly. Rob in here.
Rylish, these are the group that will be adopting you for the next few days. Just to get the internal agreement out of the way. Done it 1,000 times. Just to remind you, you will not have access to any of the Veskin resources for the next week. As you are adopted into this team, you're expected to stay with them at all times. No cheating, anything of the sorts. Nothing that would give them an advantage beyond yourself. Understood?
Sorry. By the way, haven't decided yet. This voice is subject to change.
Yeah.
So just roll with me.
Of course.
I think you better keep your eye out for me. Because I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know. No cheating. No, I got it. See you in 7 days.
7 days it is. I look forward to it.
All right.
Oh, but before I let you all go, there is just a small matter of a team name.
Oh shit. The Giant Freaks probably is. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
The Rad Maptors.
Rad Maptors? Is that
I like it. Yeah, the rad. Yeah, we're pretty rad. We got maps. I like hold up the word. The Rad Maptors. That's us. You heard us right.
certainly one of the more interesting names I've heard? The Rad Maptors. Very well. We'll see you this afternoon.
good.
Trial 1 starts 3 o'clock at the back of the Prime Monastery here. Rylish, of course, can show you the way.
Hello, group. Nice to meet you all. I'm Rylith. My full title, of course, is Arm Rylith, the Third Eye. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, and I stick my massive, meaty mitt of a hand out to all of you in a very respectful manner.
You Vescan monk.
Yes, most of my life. Although I'm not your average monk. You see, some of us are put into special programs, whether we show certain arcane or faithful advances over our classmates. So I'll be providing to you not only the Vescan monk training, but my own little bits of intricate magic as well.
But me used to be trainee for monks.
You were once trained by the Vescan monks?
Yep.
What was your positioning before you left? Were you merely a trainee, or?
Yep.
Well, yes, unfortunately, it's a very rigorous and faithful process full of time and commitment. What was the reason for your leaving?
Me hungry
That is, that is true.
right now.
Oh,
And I turn around and just start looking for the closest hometown bar.
Fantastic. We'll get to that in just a second. Logan, hello.
oh
there
no!
you
are.
Oh
This is my
no!
TPK. What do we do?
Yeah,
We wrote this whole
we're about to
campaign.
get TPK'd.
I know.
Logan, you made it in time. We're doing the holding competition.
You can change it right now. There's a Baylor. A pit fiend. No.
And some
PTSD.
cowboy with a gun. He's just shooting at everything.
He just keeps shooting, but nothing's happening.
Right.
He
Demon's
blew
just
some kind of
walking
whistle.
away. I don't know.
Yeah.
He blew some kind of
weird
whistle. Yep.
What's up,
What's
guys?
going on, Logan?
Howdy, howdy.
Nothing. I'm still at work, so that's how my day's going.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That will happen.
Are you gonna
everything
play from
okay?
work?
Are you?
Yeah. I'm just gonna play from here because it's gonna take me like an hour to get home, and it's better to just start.
Bro.
Okay.
Are you sure?
A
Yeah.
disaster. A disastrous.
I mean-
is it nuclear? Like, can we expect to see?
There
some
have been
bombs on-
casualties. Yeah.
Oh, you're like the Chernobyl guys. That's just
Logan's already dead. He's just got a few hours to live, and he's like, what better thing to do than play D&D?
The
Basically.
needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
true.
Or the one.
Well, Logan, very happy to have you. If it's gonna take you an hour to get home, I'll try and see if we can keep things on the shorter side as far as
No,
length tonight.
No, I mean, I want to play. This is what I've been looking forward to the whole time I've been in misery for 14 hours straight. So
Look at that. He's got the hat on. He's in relaxed mode now.
You have your character sheet and stuff, and dice and everything, or?
no dice, but I mean, I play on D&D Beyond, so I have my character sheet always.
Oh. And you can always do an online dice roller, yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, to catch you up on what's happened so far, Rotan turned his ship invisible, drove you
God, he's so cool.
drove you to the
He
city
gets
of Two
cooler.
Bridges. He gave the 3 other party members small pieces of jewelry as well. Said you were welcome to stay on his ship anytime. Said he would stick around in case you needed to go anywhere else.
What a bro.
Everyone got off the ship. Explored the city a little bit. There's this huge festival. Everything's crowded, packed. There are people everywhere selling shit and jugglers and performers and everything. You just signed up for the Heroes Holding. Unfortunately, you did not have enough people to fill a whole team. as there were 4 of you, you needed 5. So they gave you one of the Veskin monks as a substitute for your team. Garrick, would you like to introduce your character to Logan?
Oh, right. Okay. I had a whole thing earlier. Now I'm
You're a
now
Veskin monk?
I am a Veskin
Ugh,
monk. Yeah, sorry about that.
disgusting.
So, I am a tall 7'5". I am a massive muscular mound of a man. My skin is dark, tan, and leathery, almost to an orangey, sort of bestial hide. I wear red Veskin monk robes, and I look well built physically. But you would most probably... what sticks out the most on my character is instead of 2 regular eyes, I have 1 massive eye on the center of my face. This eye is accompanied as well by the sort of optical bones that stick out harshly on my forehead, and I wear a cloth-like blindfold around my 1 central eye. But it is a prominent forehead eye, so it sticks out even underneath the blindfold.
So, like, it looks like you can't see.
Yes, like this is restricting my one eye, and it's covered up right in front of my face.
Okay.
Yes, and you're. Oh,
Go ahead.
it's the first day of the Heroes Holding. They said come back at 3, basically, for the first trial. And currently you're standing like in front of the Prime Monastery, which is where this registration process just took place.
Okay. And we haven't started doing any actual things yet. Just
nope. Then you
Cool.
join.
Well, we got some beer, and then we encountered the Doom, who is also here with her crew called the Mad Raptors. So we enlisted our team as the Rad Maptors, who will be, I presume, at some point facing off against them. And I like roasted her. I mean, it felt good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was petty.
No, that's good. That's what I need.
So what would
what I really want to know is who's taller. And Amim, aren't you like 7 foot tall as well?
Yes, but I think this dude is way taller.
Oh, he's not even a head taller.
He's like 7'8".
Look at him.
I'll like look at him. Actually, I never put down a specific height. That's crazy.
Oh,
How tall are
okay.
you?
Because do you want to actually know what I did? I spent a long time on my height because I did not want to make a new character and show up and have it be taller than you. And be
that's
like,
what I thought it was.
I'm the
That was
big
super
guy
fun.
now. I was
No,
trying to
that's
avoid.
We can be perfectly.
I wrote
the same.
down that you're 6'7", dragonborn with green scales.
6'7". You're
Okay.
way taller.
Yeah, I'm
That's
7'5",
God
which
damn.
I think is
Okay. Yeah.
It was in the rules that way. Will, right? Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. We can't lose. Look at him. Look at you guys. There's no way we're going to lose. I might just sit on the sideline and watch, like I said.
Odds are there will be some sort of other Veskin monk intervention on behalf of the other teams. We have a more even chance than you may think. It's best to stay alert and ready. And I give sort of like a kind of a playful nudge to the little guy, and I have to lean down to do it, but like I'm not in a demeaning way. It's in an inclusive lean.
Super hard. You just punch him in like the whole shoulder super hard.
I give him a big grin and I'm like, name's Milo, by the way, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
I hold out my hand, and they're just these massive...
Yeah. Like,
yeah. It's like a baby.
Yeah. I bet you could throw me.
Not unless you ask nicely.
Don't know why that came to mind, but
Good battle
Bet that
strategy.
could happen. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so. And I kind of like lean in, kind of like winking, and I'm like, my depth perception's not very good.
That makes sense. Yeah. What's with the rag on your eye there? Got an injury or?
No, it's choice. You see, all Vescan monks must pledge themselves fully to the order. Stop shaking your head. All Vescan
Inter-party
monks.
conflict.
God damn, it's just like a shaking. All Vescan monks must pledge a part of themselves to the order, giving up things that they may regularly use. And my central eye, my one eye, was a bit of a weak spot for me being fully aligned. And now, with my vision of sight restrained by this cloth, I am fully at peace.
Nice. This is a boy. He gave up one of his colors that he can see, so he's basically a monk, right? You're kind of like a Veskin monk, right? A boy.
No, I'm absolutely very different than them, and honestly think that Vescan monks are a plague against all the good and the freedom of the world. But yeah, besides that, I guess we're very similar.
Well, that's a
Okay.
boy.
Not awkward at all.
Pleasure
Fedor,
to meet you, a boy.
I've been working with you for a very short amount of time for this Heroes Holding, and then never speaking to you again. That'll be fine.
I'm gonna shake. Rylish's hand, like
Rylith.
I got it wrong.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Rylan.
I introduced him with the wrong name.
it's
Garrick,
not-
change your server name.
You're right.
I'm gonna if he offers a handshake, I'm gonna take the handshake and whatever I can actually shake, a finger or whatever. But I'm gonna.
All right. Sorry. What was that, Fedor?
Sweet.
Yes.
You were saying something to me. Can't quite remember.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Oh, yes. And then you, like, you flexed on me with your 20 strength,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
You can tell by my grasp that I'm a strong man, but I'm certainly not Fedor strong.
So I gesture.
I always like to start a friendship with a kind of a limp handshake, just to let him know that, like, I'm not a threat. Maybe you notice that.
I'm gonna kick Milo back.
Well, look, I just want to say to you all that I understand the order is inevitably wrapped up in politics, and, well, you know how politics are. And you may have issues personally, but I will do my best to serve you all, as well as any Vescan will. Our devotion is second to none.
Wow.
Admirable.
Thanks. So please, don't refrain from any activities you would regularly participate in. I can tag along.
Well, we got to be back here at 3, right?
And yes, what time is it now?
It is about 1 o'clock.
I cover my eye. That's under a blindfold.
Amazing. Well, that gives us 2 hours to kind of do whatever, right? Ryla, you got any ideas? What's a good thing to do? Go ahead, Philip.
Eat.
Yeah, food does sound pretty good, to be honest.
It just smells like food out here. There are so many people selling food. It's making you hungry.
So I'm just gonna ask generally. The Vescan Order kind of like said I'm not, with me being in a team this week, I'm kind of like outside the regular confines. Does that include like the rules?
So, no, it just means you don't get any of their resources.
Okay, but I still have to follow all the rules without any of the rewards. All right, cool.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's so convenient. Thanks, Vescan Order. Wow, boy, I think you might be right.
Session 1.
That's it. That's all it takes my loyalty to shake, is if they're gonna let me eat or not.
Wait, what?
No, they let me eat, just anything. I can't just go out and start eating stuff. Don't worry about it. I got it.
It's at this point you all notice sort of a surge in the crowd as you're in sort of this main square at the center of town here. There's like a huge clock tower over to one side, and sort of down one of the streets near this clock tower, it seems like there's like a gathering of some sort, and people are going over there.
Hmm. Hmm. I go that way.
I will reluctantly go that way after my friends divert that way. Like looking at food, looking at the thing, looking at food. Ugh. Head over.
Yeah. Going in that direction, you see some sort of a stage seems to have been erected at the base of this tower here. Um, like wooden planks set out in a very just like rudimentary curtain, over which a sign hangs that says, in like hand painted on wood, Dr. Starlight's Urban Rebirth presents feuding capitals.
Wow. Now
Um,
that sounds magical.
and it seems like the crowd seems to quiet down as if they're expecting some sort of a show or something to happen here. Um, and soon an orcish figure with this big like star tattoo over one of his eyes um, comes out and addresses the crowd. Says, "Good afternoon, everyone, inhabitants of the city of the Two Bridges and visitors. I am Dr. Starlight, and this is my Urban Rebirth theater troupe. We're pleased today to present the Feuding Capitals sketch for you. Please enjoy, and should you wish to donate so that the arts can survive, feel free to find me within the crowd. Always happy to take some gold off your hands." There's a chuckle of the crowd at that.
I'm gonna look down to Milo and say, "Ready for this to be the afterburn?" Like nudge him.
I'm gonna like, yeah. That's right.
After his announcement, the crowd just goes silent here, as people are just sort of looking around expectantly. No one seems to take the stage. The only sort of noise seems to come from a beggar working their way through the crowd. Wrapped up in this gray cloak, they seem to be coming through, hands outstretched. Please, may I have some coins? Please, coins, coins. A couple people pittily give her a coin. She thanks them, um, and makes her way through the crowd here. Eventually, she gets to the front of the crowd and climbs up on the stage. As she does, the cloak drops off, and it is revealed that she is wearing a gown of coins. She is, now that you get like a good look at her without the cloak. Oh boy, I should have formatted this better so it was easy to see things. This is a short little gnome wearing padding to make them look like much heavier than they are. Wearing this dress just made out of coins everywhere. It seems like coins sewn in everywhere. They're also wearing this ornate mask that only covers the top half of their face, with this elongated nose, bushy eyebrows, and sort of heavy-set cheeks on it. As she reveals herself here, she sits down and pulls out a needle and thread and takes some of the coins that she was handed in the crowd, begins to sew them onto her garment. But as this happens, some of the old coins roll off, giving a laugh from the crowd. Apoy, Amim, and Rylith, you can all roll history checks for me.
I'm gonna try to find a better window to see this play because I assume there's people standing in front of me.
25.
4.
Yeah. To Amim and Rylith, this is merely comedy. To you, Apoy, having actually come from the city, you recognize this as like a caricature of the current Sunwick of Zara, which is Imos Vambenvilt, who is this heavy-set dwarven woman who is currently in charge of the city. And it seems like some sort of political commentary on hoarding wealth as she sews these coins into her dress. The coins, however, start to fall off, and they roll into the crowd. She like chases them on all floors, which goes up to great laughter once again. Even more coins fall off as she goes through the crowd. She begins actually like shaking an audience member and like taking coins back that he grabbed from them. Eventually,
We're not in Zana, right? This is in
Correct.
Two Bridges.
This is the city of Two Bridges. Yes.
Wow, shooting their shot at my city. All right.
Eventually, she is just on the ground in like a pile of coins, her dress completely fallen apart. As this happens, you all see a second character emerge on the stage. A woman wearing a bright yellow cloak, bright yellow robe, actually, and this wig that looks like dreadlocks almost, with an extremely plain mask on her face. Rylith, you would instantly recognize this as a character of Edrail Miestina, who is the fourth finger of the Veskin Order. And as she walks out onto the stage, she does not see the heavyset Nomish character on the ground, and she actually trips over her to the laughter of the crowd. This leads to the two of them getting into a fight, where they start punching at each other. Edrail, the character of Edrail, the Veskin monk, clearly wins this fight. Imos falling unconscious on the stage. Edrail stares at her for a moment and walks away, coming back on with a large broom, which he continues to beat the unconscious body of this Nomish figure with. Finishing the beating, she sweeps away all the gold coins that have fallen off her dress off stage. Imos then wakes up and looks around in panic, unable to find any of her coins. Does manage to pull a single like copper coin and uses it to try and like cover herself in place of the dress, which the audience gets a great kick out of, as it's just a single coin. She starts crying on the stage, bawling, over dramatic. There's a flash of flame and smoke, and from a corner trapdoor rises yet another character, who Apoy you instantly recognize. This is a character wearing dark black clothing and hair overly slicked back that seems to shine with grace in the light. The mask has like an exaggerated scar over one eye. Apoy, you recognize this as a character of your stepfather. Is it Gynes? Gynes Tymire. You know who I'm talking about. He sort of rubs his hands together in a conniving fashion at the back, and sort of sneakily tiptoes over to Imos. He taps on her on the shoulder, and she looks up and recognizes him, and seems to be like pleading to him for help. He points towards the other corner of the stage, where a fourth and final character emerges. This is a gnome wearing padding to make the... sorry, nope, that's the other character. This is a young man made to look like a very old man, wearing a mask that has a number of lines representing wrinkles, hair extremely unkempt and thin, and leaning on a cane. Seems very frail, working his way across the front of the stage here. Rylith, you would recognize this as Iota Afrik, the Ivory Court representative for the city of Two Bridges here, who was a longtime Veskin monk. The two other characters sneak up on him in a comedic fashion, tiptoeing and hiding between different props on the stage. They grab him, and the Gynes character pulls a banana from his pocket and holds it to his neck like a dagger. which everyone laughs at. Adriel returns with bulging sacks of gold. Seeing this, she drops the bags in shock. After a moment, she too pulls out a banana and points it towards them, dropping into a martial arts pose. The audience laughs once again, and the Amos character pulls out a second banana. Amos and Gynas rush Adriel, who defeats them both with a banana with ease. Meanwhile, the Iota character has fallen down and is struggling to stand up. Adriel watches for a moment, shakes her head, and then stabs him with a banana. Everyone laughs. He dies in an overdramatic fashion. She picks up her gold and starts to walk away, before seeing the hat of an audience member, grabbing it, and leaving. And with that, Dr. Starlight returns to the stage. Thank you all, thank you all. It is a pleasure to bring our art to you. We have a number of patrons of the arts in the crowd, which is fantastic. After seeing our show, if there's anything you would care to give so that we may continue to do this great commentary, please see me. I'll be in the local bar. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. He disappears.
Wow, wasn't that so wonderful and informative?
I wasn't a
That
fan.
was funny. I like those.
The banana every time it kills. Ugh.
At this point, it seems like the crowd is sort of dispersing, but you all see this man who, with a bottle of some sort of liquor in one hand, this greasy, unkempt brown, long hair, wearing very fine outfit, sort of pulls himself up on the stage and starts shouting, "That was a disgrace! You do not make fun of powerful figures like that. I demand that this group be shut down immediately." Apoy, you recognize this as your stepbrother, who seemingly has found his way to the city of Two Bridges here and is causing quite the scene on stage.
Which stepbrother?
The one
I
you don't
assume-
like. It is what's his name? Munad.
Wow. God, I will definitely not do anything or associate with him in any way whatsoever.
Okay. After a few minutes, two Veskin.
I was
monks
actually
get
gonna say, if I actually may be like, oh, pardon me, let me just go tell this rabble rouser to calm down a bit, and I would like to go over there since I'm nearby to help.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna come up and say, brother, I'm sorry. I know the biting satire of the urban what did you call it? The urban.
Dr. Starlight's urban rebirth.
I know the urban rebirth is it can be can kick up some feelings, but it was all just good fun, and this whole festivity is just good fun. So
There is nothing fun about this. When my father hears about this, he will have
Brother.
this whole place shut down.
brother, I hear your complaints, and there are times and places to give them, but here now this is not it. Perhaps I can direct you to the office of some sort. We'll find some place for you to give this complaint in a reasonable capacity.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm going to say if he fails, it's because I'm going to make a comment about him crying instead of complaining.
Okay.
13.
13? Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. The peasants need something to entertain them anyways.
They do. I do. I agree.
But they'll get the wrong impressions about things. These are very sensitive political matters that they just don't understand. They don't have the capacity to understand. It's lies. This is lies and slander.
Sir, that was bananas. Please calm down.
Fine.
Just you don't even have to calm down. Just stop screaming at everybody. Stop screaming at the kids.
Shut the fuck up. Oh,
Hey, who said that?
I'll go talk to him right now if you promise me not to make any more trouble. And then I'm gonna take
He's sort of looking through the crowd for the perpetrator at this point. Apoy, are you intentionally not trying to be seen?
No.
Hey, you dwarf! Oh my god. Well, look who it is. Prodigal son returns.
well,
Hello,
sorry about
Nod.
Does father know that you're in town?
I suspect he wouldn't. Is he in town?
Yes, him and half the Ivory Court.
I suspected as much. It's quite the event.
Oh yes.
You're making a fool of yourself as always.
I'm defending my father. You should be doing the same.
I wasn't a fan of the show. I made that clear to my allies, to my friends. But I care not what the rest of these townsfolk think, much less the Vescan monks. Like gesture
And
over
what
to
about
our
what
new Vescan
father
monk.
thinks? You think he'd like this portrayal of him? It's shameful.
As I said, I'm not a fan of it. That said, I fully believe that they're well within their rights to display whatever they'd like on the stage.
Wow. Of course you would say something like that. Well, if you decide you should like to visit us, we're at the Brass Loaf. I'm sure father would be happy to see you.
Did my mother come?
No, it's just me and him.
The squire too busy with his other tasks, I presume?
He thought this might be rehabilitating for me. The fool.
So far, so good. What was the place again?
The Brass Loaf. Seemingly some sort of inn.
Is that where you're heading back to now? I think you could use a bed to lay down in, brother.
You don't know what I need. But yes, I'm heading there now. Only to get
Well,
some more of this free booze. You got everything in there.
Great. I think that's exactly what you need more of. Well, I'm afraid since it is still the early afternoon, I do have other engagements during the day, unlike some layabouts. But yes, I'll stop by this evening.
Well, I'll see you then, brother. Turns and walks
Looking
away.
forward to it.
well, he's pleasant.
That's what I was going to say.
You actually caught him on a good day.
Well, if anything else, now I understand your disdain for me if you're related to that family. My apologies.
My family has nothing to do with my disdain for your order.
Oh, it's
I have no personal disdain for you, sir.
Well, your brother needs a good bitch slapping.
If one slapping would fix his problems, we would have fixed it long ago. My father is a good man, not as he was portrayed in this parlor show. That said, what my brother did was of course uncalled for, and I do apologize for the fuss.
No issue. Again, I understand the divisive, controversial world we live in. Say, you gentlemen have mentioned drinking, food, every once in a while here. Let's all go to the Brass Loaf. I'll buy your first round.
I. pinch off a loaf at this point, and then start the drinking. Then I can work on another loaf with some meal.
Yep.
I second that. Yeah.
Can we eat somewhere other than there? I really don't want to see my brother until later. Hopefully when he's passed out.
Sure.
Oh boy, if you know the lay of the line, then lead the way.
I've never been to this city before in my life.
Okay. Rylith.
I've lived here my entire life, so I can certainly guide you to another eatery. What other establishment can I do? Oh, also, before I leave, sorry, real quick, I want to flick a gold coin to the doctor who runs the Urban Rebirth.
Ah, much appreciated, my friend.
You know I
hope you
respect
did
the
not
arts.
find that portrayal of your order uncalled for. It's what the people want.
I had to tell a rabble-rouser to quiet down due to your whole excursion, but I welcome this. It's an artistic expression.
Art is not art if it's not trying to say something. Change the world in some way.
And in my opinion, everyone got their fair share of biting criticism.
That's perfect. That's what I was going for. I'm so glad you
Not
enjoyed.
everyone. Do you have a follow-up on the functionary? I'd really enjoy to see that one.
Functionary. Well, I do have a short play in the works about the functionary. It's not ready yet. Are you looking to perhaps commission something?
No. Just observation is all. They never get as much scrutiny as they deserve, all things considered.
Well, any government institution deserves a little scrutiny, I'd say.
Agreed.
Even
I'm gonna
my own, which is why the donation.
What's a functionary? I'm gonna nudge Fedor.
Oh, fuck if I know, little guy.
That's what I thought you might say.
Like I said, I got to do a functionary soon. That's all I know about functionaries.
Cat, dude. He's just sitting here staring at me.
He wants your soul.
Scout.
So that whole show took about an hour, which means you've got about 1 hour left until this first trial, whatever it is, begins. You're looking for food? Or are you looking for a sit down restaurant? Or there's tons of vendors outside.
I want to find a bar, like a sports bar, but D&D.
Absolutely.
Somewhere we can sit, but it's still a good happening time.
Yes, absolutely. There is the gigantic orc pub, which is only
Gigantic.
2 blocks away from here. They've got a not arena, but a fighting pit in there where people fight. You can eat and watch them.
Perfect.
It's sort of fun. It's that sports bar vibe.
That sounds perfect. The gigantic orc it is.
Absolutely.
Sounds good to me.
You lead them through the crowded streets in search of the gigantic orc pub. Find it and are seated in a corner. They have a variety of meats available. They've got a side salad, number of sandwiches, ales, pretty much whatever you want. For an even 2 gold pieces for the entire table.
And I'll pick that up immediately. I'll hand it to whoever.
There is a boxing match going on right next to your table. Which is fun.
Oh my god.
So, boys, what do you think? Food, drinks, and a man getting his teeth punched out. How nice for lunch.
Perfect. I'm eating some kind of meat off the bone, or eating a steak with my hand, or something kind of repugnant for eating manners.
So, I'm afraid I've been a little distracted today. What do we know of these missions, these objectives as part of the call? We found out nothing.
I don't know anything.
We don't even know what the very first task is going to be.
I bet Rylith knows.
How many people have joined in on the heroes calling? Do we know that at least?
Yeah, it's just the 5 of us in our team.
Wait, we're the only team?
Oh no, there was a line. There was a huge line earlier. Lots of people joining. Lots and lots of people. And the Doom. Bet we'll see her in there with the Mad
Right.
Raptors.
Would I know what the actual events are?
You wouldn't know the specifics because they keep those very secret from the people who are drafted to be subs, so there's no cheating. But you do know the generals. And what you know is that there are always 3 rounds that take place basically every other day for a week over this festival, starting today. Round 1 is Stage 1 is called the Challenge. It's a test of intelligence, creativity. The second one is a test of bravery, resourcefulness, and combat ability. And the third one is always a arena match between the top 2 teams.
Okay, I tell them about the 3-act structure.
Well, I hope I can be useful today, because I'm afraid that's the only one that I'm really cut out for. Luckily, I've been at work for 13 straight hours, so my intellect is completely destroyed.
Are you going to
Just the way I
solve
like it.
another alphabet potion puzzle today?
Oh my god.
I will say I did not write any of the challenges for the first trial, so they are probably solvable.
Arguable.
Did you solve them?
So, gentlemen, if you don't mind me asking, how did you rad maptors all meet up?
That's a good question. In a tavern, actually. I think is when I ran into you fellas, right?
Yes, they've all been conscripted to join in on my quest.
And that's the reason for your travel as a group?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, what is
I
this
reckon so. Yeah.
quest, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, to be honest, I do mind sharing, but I will say that it involves the defrauding and eventual dismantling of your organization. So hopefully you can help me out
news
with
for
that.
me then, I suppose.
Well, not necessarily. You could, disobey and hell, even sort of spy for us. You could be an inside man in this wretched organization that you currently call a home. Surely you didn't choose to be a part of this horrendous dissolution of the human spirit.
Sir, I respect all's opinions, but at a certain point I would much rather have you not insulting my livelihood.
And what point would that be? Now or?
Preferably.
Oh, sure. Well, you asked what the quest was, so.
My apologies. I'll keep to myself.
No, don't feel any need to keep to yourself. Just telling you the truth. What's your quest? to live as a part of this order, beat down the little guy who's trying to fight against you, enslave any people who are going against the orders of the Veskins.
They do that.
I'll tell you, I have had no experience in enslaving or crushing the spirits of anything.
Oh, well, what you call enlisting all of the mages of the land into your database.
Well, magic is a dangerous gift. It's something to be celebrated, but it's also something to be revered and feared. I think it is only proactive of us to register any of those who, well, don't know their own limitations. In fact, without the order, I certainly wouldn't know mine.
You're a mage, then?
I wouldn't refer to myself in such terms. I've been gifted with abilities beyond the natural, if that's what you mean.
No, that's not what I meant. Well, what brought you into the order, then?
I've been here since I was a child. They've raised me since I can remember.
So you've been fully indoctrinated, then?
No, I made the conscious choice to be here, and I'm glad I am.
Give him a chance, boy. He seems like a really nice guy. He's been really good so far, right? Like, raise a cup.
Thank you, Milo. It's been only now that I realized we've gotten a little bit too caught up in things.
But I do kind of think that maybe he has a point. I mean, I've seen what magic can do. It's pretty bad stuff. It can be. That's why I don't use it. And that's why, like that witch in the woods, pretty bad stuff. So,
and also,
maybe he has a point.
Look, while the Veskin Order and the Functionary are obviously very close, they're still not technically the same organization, so even if this magic registration happens, it wouldn't be under my authority or anyone I follow's authority either. But that is all I will say on the matter.
Yes. Well, I do apologize. It is nice to meet you, Ryleth. You are the only Veskin monk who has treated me with any sort of respect. That said, you have caught me on a most unfortunate day. Seeing my brother brings out a certain side of me.
Family is complicated. I know that. I stand a member of this order, but I do not co-sign everything they've done. What exactly has the order subjugated you to?
Well, to be honest, you're not going to believe me, but I actually led an attempted uprising against the Veskin Order and was killed.
He has died a couple times, actually.
You stand here today through what means, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, reincarnation. Yes, my previous, actually my most recent life outside of this one, I was born into the early years of the Veskin Order and I attempted to overthrow it. Unfortunately, I was betrayed by some close to me and my power was not what it once was, and I was defeated.
What was your name? Do you recall?
I do not, though I wish I knew.
Do I recall an attempted uprising on the Order?
History check.
Fuck.
Damn.
I'm remembering back to monk school. 11.
There have been a number of small uprisings that have been attempted over the years. He mentioned it was in the early days of the Vescan Order, so that would have been, hundreds of years ago, something that is not necessarily well known. It's certainly plausible that there was some uprising, but which one specifically, would not quite be sure of.
We've really made too much of the Order. I'm much more of a man than just a member, just an arm. So we can move on.
Well, I'll drink to that. I'm gonna like raise my glass and eat whatever food's in front of me.
I'll look over to Rylith and say, well, since we're not talking about that anymore, does your order know anything about cogs? The central cog, specifically?
That's a good question. Well, would I have...
History check.
God, dude. Natural 1, but the total is -2.
Nope.
That
I'm
got
gonna-
back around. Now it's high again, right?
I'm gonna
You
cast
know
guidance
everything.
on. Can I cast guidance on Rylith and be like, there's some turtles out there that live for so long. I bet they can remember everything. And I'm gonna cast guidance on him. If a reroll would be allowed, I don't know.
Does guidance give you a... Oh yeah, guidance does give you a reroll.
Isn't it a D4?
I don't know if I don't think it gives you a
No,
reroll.
that's blessed.
It just adds a D4. Yeah.
Oh.
It just adds a D4 to like ability checks and
Yeah.
such.
Yeah, roll a d4.
Okay.
I
Get that
still
up to
rolled a natty
0.
1. But let's
Plus
see if I
2.
injure myself when I do it.
Plus 2. Actually, Rylith, you think Central Cog, they might be referring to the palm. He is, of course, the central cog of the Vescan Order.
Oh, are you referring to, of course, the Palm, the most powerful member of the Vescan Order, leader? It's his birthday coming up in 7 days, 6 days, however that works out mathematically.
Oh. Nope.
Well, he sometimes has been referred to as such in metaphor and poem. No
Yeah.
other recollection of the sort.
Yeah, no, to the best of my knowledge, this is not at all metaphorical. Quite literal, in fact. Never mind then. Just thought I'd ask.
The time of the first trial is drawing near. I assume you guys will make your way over there if there's nothing else you would like to discuss.
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way through the city back towards the central monastery, which is this huge stone building in the center of town, accompanied by the Tower of the Hand, which is right next door. Behind it is this huge arena, very similar to the fighting pits in Greengard. It's enormous, probably the same size as the Lord's Proving. This one is made out of wood, however, and it's not like... That one could have been like flooded for naval battles or stuff like that, but this one is not quite as fancy. It seems to just be like this wooden structure out back. But people are pouring in from every direction to fill the stadium here. You do see another sort of tent by the entrance where it says, contestants, wait here.
Logan, you're muted.
Muted.
I just wanted to estimate the number of total contestants by the amount of people in the tent.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Unnatural 20.
You are guessing based on the number of people here. You're not sure if the size of the teams vary at all, but you definitely think there are enough people for more than 30 teams of 5.
Oh, wow. Okay, so like tons of people. Got
Yes. It's like one of those big like carnival tents.
Mm.
Or not carnival tents, but like pavilion tents. Like you would have at a wedding, perhaps. And as I assume you guys approach this tent, Veskin monks are just everywhere around here. And one of them looks over to you and seems to recognize Rylith. Ah, Rylith, are these the Rad Maptors? I heard you fell in with them.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Fantastic. Well, I am wishing you the best of luck in this competition. I truly am. Looks like, yep, you are the last team. Attention, please. All contestants, if you could please divide yourself off into your teams and follow me. The ceremony is about to begin. Thank you so much.
I huddle on up. I'm like, you guys excited?
Nervous. Me not smart.
That makes two of us.
At this point, these teams begin filing into the ground level of the arena here. It seems like there's a very simple, like, sawdust floor in here. And as you walk into the arena, you see, like, this place is just packed. Like, not an empty seat. People going up and down the aisles, selling food, selling drinks. The crowd explodes into cheers as you all enter. And you're led over to this sort of seating area in the center. And on the other end is a stage with a large single door on it. Eventually, a gnomish figure that some of you saw before, wearing this patchwork cloak of blue, yellow, and red, takes the stage, does a big flourish and bows, and pulls a wand from his pocket, which he holds to his mouth like a microphone. And as he does, his voice booms throughout the stadium. Switch tabs. Ladies and gentlemen, Iblians and Ebrians, travelers from far and wide, welcome to the 15th annual Heroes Holding. The crowd just goes wild. It gives me, Malo von Esquig, great pleasure to serve as this year's trial maker. And let me tell you, this year's tournament will be quite the challenge. Nobody wants a repeat of last year, am I right? Before we usher the first of our 32 teams onto Destiny, or Doom, let me introduce your hosts for the next week. May I present Aruva, the First Finger. And you can see up on the stage, there is like a separate seating section, and a stairway at the back, and up comes this green-skinned figure, with little tattoos all over their face, black spiky hair, wearing bright yellow robes, who comes on and gives a very like curt salute to the crowd and sits down in one of these chairs. Zumar, Brysor, Second Finger. This one is a young human woman with straight brown hair, worn in a messy bun. She is also wearing a yellow robe. She comes on, gives a wave, and sits down in one of the chairs. Brug Nindreg, Third Finger. This is an orcish man with extremely bushy white eyebrows and a ponytail of white hair behind him, who does a big, huge wave, and sits down next to the others. Edrail Messina, Fourth Finger. You all recognize her as one of the characters in the play earlier. She is this elvish woman with messy black hair worn short in dreadlock-esque style, with dark black skin, which is contrasted by her bright yellow robes of her station. And of course, Sikar Burrow's fifth finger. This is a short halfling man who is not wearing robes at all. In fact, he's wearing just like a mottled gray cloak around him and very simple clothes with seemingly like a bow strung over his shoulder and a short sword. Of course, none of this would have been possible without the resources supplied to us by the functionary. Representing them here today is Arch-Functioneer Shaden Van Vance. This this man in a black cloak comes up. He's got this jet black hair with a white streak in it. His irises are seemingly pure white and seem to glow with a magical energy. And he just nods at the crowd and sits down very formally. And now, for his first public appearance since this time last year, please welcome Palm Rupert Cannon! And a young man with golden coiffed hair comes up. He has a powerful build, clearly hugely muscled, and a sturdy jaw. He's of medium height. And he looks very out of place here. He looks kind of uncomfortable up on the stage. But he walks over to Malo Van Esquig, and as Malo bows to him, he grabs the wand, says, compete bravely. He hands the wand back to Malo and goes and takes a seat at the center of this seating area on the stage. Wise words from our wise leader. Now, without any further ado, let the 15th annual Heroes Holding commence! He claps his hand and fireworks shoot up from behind the stage. There are explosions in the sky all over. A Veskin monk in red robes comes over, one per each team, and begins to talk to all of you as the spectators watch. Sorry. Okay.
Hey, Will, can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Just based on the description of their yellow robes, is it like the same color as the yellow scrap that we found where Oz's doctor had gone missing?
That is a fantastic question. It is not. This is like a golden yellow. That was more of a bright yellow.
Okay, gotcha.
Good watching out, though. A short halfling in red robes comes over to your group. Hello, my name is Kapor. I will be your guide for the events of today's challenge. This year, there are 4 challenges within this phase of the test. Each presents an opportunity to earn 6 points. Each round is scored as follows. You'll get 6 points if all team members complete the challenge within half of the given time. 5 points if some team members complete the challenge within half the given time. 4 points if one team member completes the challenge within half the given time. 3 points if all team members complete the challenge in the given time. 2 points if some members complete the challenge within the given time. And no points if you are disqualified or if the given time runs out. I will be keeping score for all of you and keeping everything honest and fair, but you are more than welcome to hold on to your score sheet. Keep it safe. You do not want this to get damaged at all, and she hands you a piece of parchment. In just a second, we will be going through the door up there on the stage to begin the test, but first, I must ask you to remove any weapons, any armor. If you have any spell components, wands, rods, items, focuses, anything should be left outside. You will not need any of this for the test. You are more than welcome to leave anything on your seats here. It will be watched while you are in there. Do you all comply?
I like being carefully sorting all my different component bags. These aren't going to be moved, are they? I need them
Absolutely
all,
not. We have a number of monks who will patrol this area, making sure that nobody else has access to your items.
I take up like 3 different belts of like different like little things and components.
Somehow mine looks like a pile of like moss and twigs. Somehow it's just like that's what it looks like now. That should do it.
Wonderful. Now you have a maximum time limit of 30 minutes per challenge, which I will be timing in real life to keep this accurate with how the scoring goes. I'm sorry, I said there were 4 challenges. There are 5 challenges. I don't know why I said 4. I had that written down wrong. You are allowed, if you are stumped, 1 hint per round, but by requesting a hint, you forfeit half of your points for that round. And I should mention, the hints are prepared in advance, so you may have already figured out some aspect of the puzzle that the hint is referring to. It will be the same hint to keep it fair for every group. Do you have any questions or anything?
So we ask for the hint, even though it's useless to us, you'll still supply the hint and deduct our points?
Correct.
Okay.
That is the risk we run. The top 10 teams, in terms of points, who move on from this competition, will move on to the next round. Now, if you are all ready, please follow me, and we will make our way into the first phase of the Hero's Holding. He leads you up onto the stage here, and through this huge door. And as you step in, there's a flash of magic around you. And stepping through, you find the door disappears on the other side. You are in a completely different room that seems to have no connection to the outside world. Now, if you will look at your score sheet, you will find the names of all of the 5 challenges today. The first one here is called... The first scenario is called Chess Anyone. You find yourself in a 20-foot square room. A 10-foot square pit occupies one corner, and a round chess table, some 4 feet wide, the other. You are provided a bit of starting equipment for this challenge. There are 2 bags in the corner, one of them black, one of them white. One of them is a bag of devouring, one of them is a bag of holding. It's up to you to determine which is which, but the bag of holding contains an immovable rod and a 10-foot length of rope. Both should prove useful in accomplishing your task, which is getting safely to the bottom of this 50-foot deep pit. The sides of the pit are completely smooth, so any attempt to climb down will end in failure. Also, please note the spikes at the bottom of the pit, which we have taken the liberty of coating with a deadly poison. If you can get down there safely, you should be able to walk carefully around the spikes, but I would not advise jumping in. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee that anyone jumping in without a way of slowing their fall will be dead. If you don't feel up to the challenge, you're more than welcome to spend the next 15 minutes playing a quick game of chess and forfeiting your points. If not, your time starts now. And let me send you a picture of this room for clarity.
Right. I don't know chess rules, so if that's relevant.
I do.
Pawn to c7.
So it's just this room
Wrong
with a
group
huge
chat.
pit in it.
That's like our other game.
Sorry.
What?
There we go. So it's just this room with this huge pit in the corner, 50 feet down, huge spikes at the bottom, and seemingly a doorway down there. chess table and 2 bags, one of them black, one of them white.
That's cool.
Thank you. I did not design it, but I'll take credit.
So, there's one bag that is devouring, the other which is holding some objects. I say we test that first.
That makes
Will,
sense,
has the
I
time
agree.
started?
I'm pulling it up. Talk. You're free to go.
Well, I'm gonna walk to the first odd thing out in the room. I'm gonna check out this chess set.
Absolutely. It seems like someone is in the middle of a game.
Huh.
There are pieces that have been like removed on both sides, implying that some casualties have occurred in this match. Let me send you a picture of what the current board looks like. How to do this? Give me one second. I gotta edit out the text around it 'cause it's formatted poorly, and I don't want to.
What
This better not be cutting into my time.
is this? So the 2 black and white pieces, are those also chess pieces, or what are those guys?
Those are the
Like-
bags.
Okay. And is the chessboard in like starting, like it hasn't been touched at all, or is there?
No, it is like in the middle of a match.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm sending the
That's in-
position, the chess pieces right now.
Is there any way we can tell whose turn it is in the chess game?
Roll an intelligence check as you look at it.
All right, I can try that. Take a look here. It's gonna be really low, like 4. 4.
You have not really played a lot of chess. Hard to say. You didn't really have a partner. Albus couldn't move the pieces.
Right. That makes sense.
What about my intelligence check? 22.
22. Hard to say. There are more pieces missing from. No, actually, they're the same amount of pieces on both sides. My bad. It's hard to say. Looking at it because of the way chess works.
Doesn't white only have 5 pieces?
They both have 5, I believe.
There's a 6th piece for black, I think.
Black has 6, so it seems like black is winning, perhaps.
Is this chess like chess we know?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Well, there's no king on the board for black, which would suggest that black has already lost.
Well, I thought the king was the A6.
And then white's king is A3, right?
That's what I was thinking.
It's hard.
Oh yeah.
I could see that they would look
I
like
thought that was a queen.
but- yeah. Because, yeah.
I will say with a 22 intelligence check, Logan, these pieces seem poorly placed. Like, you've played quite a bit of chess in your day. This is not a position you would have ever gotten yourself into.
Yeah.
It seems like in normal gameplay, this game should have been over a long time ago, or both players are really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Does seem weird that both kings would be on the same side of the board.
Mm-hmm.
So, if the pieces are black and white, this is probably obvious to you guys, but the bags are also black and white. So if we can determine based on the board which one the devouring and which one the holding one is. Nobody's in check, right? Nobody's in checkmate or anything. Nobody's in.
Will, could you explain the contents of the bag one more time?
Absolutely.
Sorry, that's
No, all good. I went very fast. There is an immovable rod and a length of rope.
Can I try to
bag.
pick up a bag? Like,
Yes.
try to pick one up?
It's
When you say
seemingly
immovable rod, what do you mean? Like,
so there's a magic item called immovable rod, which is just like a rod that just stays in place. You pick up both of the bags. They both seem like weightless.
They said one was a bag of holding, and one was a bag of devouring. How do we figure this out? And perhaps we could take one of those pieces and put it in if it devours it. Right?
that's a good idea.
I'd rather stick a piece in than my hand.
How are you going to know if it devours it?
Don't it devour
Well,
immediately?
but wouldn't either way it disappear? One way it just, we could get it back by sticking our hand in there.
Let's see.
Right.
So if one color wins game, does one bag go away?
Well, that's what I was thinking. If this is like an obviously winning position for one of the two, I mean,
Well-
it's not straightforward, to me at least.
Logan, especially with your really good intelligence check, like I said, this does not seem to be in any sort of good position for either player.
Yeah.
If this is a game that was played out, it has been extremely sloppy, and you can't even trace back where pieces might have come from. That is to say, it seems like the pieces are intentionally placed in your mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and this could be wrong, but just based on the positions, it looks like the black pieces are better positioned to like attack. If the white attacks and takes a piece, then the black will like take that piece back. Do you know what I mean? So like all the black pieces are holding in a defensive position to protect another piece. So that makes me think that the black is like holding. Do you know what I mean? Like they're all. I could be totally wrong and maybe totally irrelevant, but that's what I think. In any scenario, if white takes one of those pieces, I think a black piece will come back and take it. So they're all holding position, defending each other. I think. I don't know.
Me remember, if pawn get to end, you get queen back. But where did pawn start?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be something like that because it's just too convoluted. I mean,
Yeah. Because it's a mess. Well, black started at a like on the row that says A B C D E F G. I think. I could be wrong actually. I don't know. But the pieces are moving, this way, not that way.
Will, with my history of my chess playing, because I love playing chess, you know me, big chess guy, big chess.
Absolutely.
Would I know what spots the pieces start on? Because not
Again,
not for this game, but for
for
the
this
game
game?
of chess, for the like history of chess. Where does black typically start on? Like on the
I would
like
say
ones-
black generally starts on the top, white usually starts on the bottom.
would
But
it
it's hard to
be-
tell in this game.
Yeah.
Usually in chess, pieces have a clear side that they're on, and it seems like they are just kind of jumbled.
Random.
here.
Yeah.
Random or extremely specific.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Me don't know. I'll start like grabbing my head.
Oh my god, it's gonna be the letters that they're on. I think black, if you go from 1 to 8, spells bad bag.
Mm.
Wait,
Bad bag. Yeah, it does. What is white spell? CAC.
oh, I see how you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
White doesn't spell anything, I don't think. But bad bag seems bad, right? You guys are seeing what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
Bad.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
You go up the number row from 1 starting.
Okay, so I'm thinking that black is definitely the devouring bag. So I think we should reach our hand into the white bag to try to reclaim the rod, and I think that it should be our Veskin monk who does it.
Yep.
You know, just
You're
in
a
case it
genius.
eats his hand.
Yeah, I agree. That's pretty good.
You want me to reach in to a possible bag of devouring?
Well, I've solved the puzzle, so it won't be a bag of devouring. But if it were, I would want you to be the one reaching in. Absolutely,
Well, listen.
Why is that?
because these are all part of my quest. They're all my friends. You, I don't even like.
All right,
Hold on, we don't have all day.
I'll
If
follow
they're
your
arguing
lead.
about it, I'm gonna sneak over there and reach my hand in first. If they're arguing about it, if they're like
Into the white bag?
he said the black one was the bad bag, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll reach into the white one. Yes, yes.
Yes, reaching in, you are not devoured, and you are able to pull out an immovable rod and a length of rope.
Nice.
Hey, pretty good. Good job.
All right, so we need to reach the bottom of the pit, correct? So I guess we can use the immovable rod to lower ourselves slowly down via the rope. Still seems a little bit dangerous with the poison spikes at the bottom. Unless you guys have a better
The
idea.
rope
We
is
don't have all
long
day.
enough to reach the bottom.
All right, I think that's at least a good starting point then. The immovable rod is immovable, so that should help. Can we activate the immovable rod to make it immovable?
Absolutely. You push a button, locks in place.
Okay. I'm gonna tie the rope. Actually, I'm gonna have somebody else who's stronger than me tie the rope here.
I could if you'd like.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
I reach in and I want to tie some like fancy like I don't know some cool knot that normies aren't gonna do.
Sure.
I'm
Roll a
checking my watch just every 1 second.
survival check.
14. Sorry, I didn't roll very well.
14? You tie, it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it's like a step up from your basic knot, and it seems secure.
It's called an angler's monkey fist. I don't.
It is.
God.
Well, go on down, everybody. I'll hold on just in case, and you know I'll grab the rope as well, just in case. And then I'll let everyone go first as well. Sorry.
Yep.
You guys
I
make
go.
your way down?
After you, Milo. You're light.
Yeah, I can go first.
Easy enough, and the rope seems to hold as you all lower yourselves down to the bottom. Here you find Kibar waiting with a doorway. He says, "Oh, congratulations! You're the fastest team to figure that one out so far. Very
It's a
good.
boy. He's really smart.
Did we get it within 15? For that
You
double?
did get it within 15 points. Can I just see your score sheet? Thank you. He grabs it, goes to the section that says chess anyone, writes 6 points next to it, and then all under 15, and stamps it with some sort of official seal.
Well, we've talked about this about monks before, but slow fall.
Yep.
Is that a literal? Is that in the context of a slow fall, or are we taking it literally what it does You know what I mean? So like
That
they
is
said earlier, I would fall into the spikes unless you had some way to slow your fall. So I thought to myself, could I do that with my ability?
You absolutely could.
So does that mean can I unclick this uh, rod and then fall down?
Yes. And he just lands, like, in between two spikes on the bottom.
I don't know if I can do this for flavor purposes, but
Oh, absolutely.
I wanted my slow fall to just be like like I form like I crack the ground underneath me. I just kind of just tough it out.
Oh, Rylith, you always have a way of making an entrance.
And then I look at Apoy and I just no words and I hand him over the rod of thing.
Immovable rod.
Immovable rod.
You actually will not be needing that for the next trial. Are you all ready to continue? You can just leave that here. We'll have someone come and clean it up.
I'll just
All right.
take it and drop it on the ground. Thanks, Rylith.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, I'm ready for the
See,
next room.
We're all getting along just fine. We're ready.
Fantastic. This next scenario is called Hell to Pay. Let me scroll to that section
All
of my
these
notes.
have like fun names that are like expressions. I love it.
Yes, I once again have to say I didn't write any of these, but I really, really like them.
Oh, fuck.
What's this from?
This is from a document I found a long time ago called Challenge of Champions. And it contains, it was written for 3.5, I think, but it like nothing is like casting spells or fighting at all. It's all like logic puzzles, and I think they're extremely well thought out. I'm a really big fan.
Nice. Yeah, I like the first one for sure.
Walking through the door at the bottom of the pit, Kibar turns to you and says, "You just descended down one pit. For the next scenario, the goal is to climb out of another." You enter the door at the far end of a corridor and step into a 20-foot square room with a prominent magical circle etched into the floor. All sorts of magical symbols surround the circle, and 5 burning candles provide the illumination. He locks the door behind him. Okay, here's the situation, he explains. You're in the unenviable position of being at the bottom of this 30-foot deep pit where an evil necromancer performs his unholy rituals. 15 minutes from now, a devil will appear in the middle of this magic circle and receive his payment for prior services rendered. The payment consists of 500 pieces of gold kept in one of these unlocked chests here. And he points towards the end of the wall, and you see 2 small treasure chests sitting there. As well as 4 metal flasks of sovereign glue kept in the other chest. Points to another one. Oh, and of course, anyone still in the room when he appears, I'd do my best to make sure that you're not here when he shows up, since his appetite is noteworthy. Of course, judging from the smoothness of these walls, climbing them is going to be difficult at best. Still, see what you can do. Good luck. And I can send you a picture of the setup of this room as well.
Can we also get a description of what sovereign glue is and how it works?
Absolutely. It is just extremely sticky glue that holds any 2 items together and like cannot be broken without a specific magical item that undoes it.
Okay.
You, of course, Apoy, would know this. The rest of you may not.
I'll tell everyone what sovereign glue is.
Okay. 15 minutes, and we have a devil on our hands.
It's actually 30. I read 15 because that's what it says in the module, but I'm running it as 30, so.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
Do the chests look locked? No, you said unlocked. Do they look trapped at all? Do they look just normal?
Roll an investigation check as you look at them.
I have danger sense
14.
for. I can I can sense traps. I have no clue how this ability works. It kind of seems broken for this.
I think it just
Would this
gives you
apply?
advantage on dexterity checks, dexterity saving throws for things that you can see, I believe. What did you roll, Apoy?
14.
14? They don't seem to be trapped at all.
Okay, I will open one.
Sure. Opening it up, it is just gold coins.
I'm going to make sure that it's full of coins. I'm going to look under the coins, move the coins around.
Absolutely. As you search through the pile, it just seems to be a chest full of golden coins. Doesn't seem like there's anything else in it.
Okay, I'll open the other one.
This one is also gold coins. And there's a third one that has glue in it.
Okay, I opened the third one.
It has
I see.
4 flasks of a pale liquid goop you assume is glue.
Mhm. Well, they weren't kidding.
Sorry, guys, I got disconnected. What exactly is going on? I see the room, I see the chests. I know a devil's appearing in 15 minutes. What's our objective?
To get to the top of the room and get out.
Like before he arrives, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
And all we have is this glue and gold pieces. And there's some candles and a summoning circle.
Could we make a ladder out of the gold? Probably not enough gold. And the glue? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't hate the idea. Maybe we could combine all of the candlesticks together to be some sort of pole that we could climb.
So our goal is to get out of the top, like you said. Just don't be here when the guy gets here, right? Or
Correct.
when the person gets here. That's just it. Just don't be there. I remember there was also like a bravery puzzle. Is this also just another wave of,
First one.
yeah. Is this just another wave of the first round?
Correct, yes.
Logic
There are
puzzles?
5 stages of the first round, and
Oh, okay. So there's 15 trials total.
no. So no, there are like 3 phases of the tournament. Like it happens on 3 different days this week. This is the first one, and this whole trial is made up of 5 parts.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. When you got trials and phases and rounds, and like you used a bunch of different words, I was like, I lost this somewhere.
Yeah, sorry. I've been using them interchangeably. But there are 3 days it occurs upon. This one is the only one that has more than 1 round to it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
There's symbols all over the floor. Can we like identify any of the symbols? Like,
Roll an Arcana check.
okay. Not my specialty at all. God, dude. Yeah, it's below 10. 6.
Some of the symbols seem to be similar symbols to spells, not spells, but, motions you might make when you are summoning some of your forest friends, but you're not quite sure what the capacity of this is. It's a bit
familiar. Yeah. How tall are the candle poles?
Candle poles are about 3 feet tall each.
If we were to, and there's 5 of them, so that's 15 feet. And how deep is the pit?
It's not even 30 feet.
Okay. So even if we made 1 pole, it wouldn't.
What's in the contents of the chest? There's sovereign glue, a bunch of coins. They're in different chests though, right? Since there's 2.
There are 2 chests of coins and 1 chest of glue.
How tall are the chests?
The chests are each like 2 feet tall.
I think we should glue the chests and like jump as high as we can and put it there. Does the glue stick if you just like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like if you just
Yes,
smack
the
it,
sovereign glue is extremely sticky.
you
and
just
it
got to
dries.
give it a one little thing.
Yep.
It dries quick.
Oh, so it
It
dries
dries.
instantly.
Well, it like instantly upon coming into contact with something else.
That's cool.
Oh,
Oh,
could
so
we trap the
so you're
devil?
thinking like jump it,
Yeah.
grab, jump, grab.
Yeah, with
Make
the
little
candle
handholds.
poles and the yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you could even just use the candle poles as like a ladder, maybe, if they're spaced out enough. I don't know.
Let's get to doing that. I think we're still being timed, right? Let's fucking go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Might as well try.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So who is going to be doing the like jumping and
Yeah, we probably need it to be the shortest person. So Milo, I guess, because if you can't make the jumps, then it doesn't matter. We need to
Yeah,
all get out.
he could give me a hook up there. He could just kind of give me a little toss up,
Can I
like we
if
were
only
talking
you
about.
had
Can I-
that ring, Milo.
can I pick you up, Milo? Or
Yeah,
I
yeah.
promise I won't throw you yet. I'll
You
hoist
good?
you up.
That's fine.
And I'll put you on my shoulders. Grab your heels, you know.
All
Get
right.
you as high as you
and
can.
I'm gonna stick this. Hand me that candle there, and a bit of glue.
You just like dip it in the glue. You ready? You
I
lift
just wanna,
him up. It sticks firm on the wall here.
All right.
Cool.
Only problem is like they can't reach it now.
You're like 10 feet up.
Oh wow, that's pretty high. A third of the way there.
Okay.
Could you do it? Could you do it again, Milo? Perhaps stand upon the first one and candlestick and jump.
I could do that. Yeah. Hand up that the next one. I guess I'll try to pull myself up onto the candlestick that I'm on, and then leaning down, grab the next candle rod.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have you roll an athletics check to pull yourself up onto this candlestick
I
with
sort of-
advantage because you're being
Oh.
lifted.
I was just gonna say I at least want to be there to react if he falls. I want to be under him.
So
Yeah,
athletics.
maybe our
I
slow
got
fall guy should do
12.
this.
12.
Mm-hmm.
With his advice, you're able to like pull yourself up, and you reach down, and they hand you the other one. You're gonna try and jump and stick it. Is that correct?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to jump. I mean, I guess I'll try to jump. Can I cast guidance on myself?
Sure. It doesn't have any material components, does it?
That's a good question. Actually, oh shit.
If it
what-
has only verbal semantic components, you can, but any sort of material, you do not have any of that with you.
I can get the book out because I know it's also a special component of the like druid circle I picked to where I can just cast it like at will or something. But
Okay.
I can look it up if you want.
It's not the end of the world. It's a D4. Just go
Okay.
for it.
All right. Okay, so and then what am I rolling? Like an athletics check?
And an athletics check. Yes.
Okay. So
And the athletics check is not for your jump. It's so you don't fall.
yeah. Okay,
You
so
can
it's
just
13.
jump. So 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, you jump. What's your strength score? Strength modifier?
Just +1.
+1. So you jump 4 feet in the air with your arms upstretched. That means you get about another 3 feet, so about 7 feet past the first one. You manage to put a second rung, and you hold yourself there and manage to pull yourself up to it.
Damn.
Look at
So
that.
we're at 17 feet off of 2 of them.
You are off of 17 feet. Yep.
But we probably can't reach the first one, so we probably need a stepping stool to get
Yeah.
there. Maybe a chest could be a stepping stool
Good
to
idea.
jump to the first one.
How's the weather down
Oh.
there?
Not bad. We need to feed him a candlestick, right? So someone needs to get on the first rung, lift him up the candlestick. Someone tall. Almond, maybe.
Amen.
I can. If a monk would like to, he is accepted as well.
After all,
We need to go
I'm the
quick.
sub. So go ahead.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll just try to climb the first one. Well, So I need to get on top of the first one and then grab the candlestick, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But they can
I'll
like
just-
hand it up to you easily enough.
Yeah. Can I just jump up there?
What's your
is it-
strength modifier?
5.
Plus 3, 8. So yes, you could just jump and grab it.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do that. And then just do a sick pull up. Just
Absolutely.
hold. That's insane. I couldn't do that right now.
Pull
Just
yourself
lift my whole
up.
body up.
It's a lot harder for you to stay on this candlestick. Milo's a very small guy. You are very big, and this is a thin candlestick, but it supports your weight.
Wow.
Pretty good glue.
I'll hand him up another candlestick. Feed that to
Try to-
Milo.
Grab it and hand it to Milo. Well,
Okay.
not falling. Might dislocate something if I fall.
Milo, you managed to reach down and grab it from him, and now you are 17 feet in the air, balancing on a candlestick.
Yeah. I'll do the same thing that I did a
Sure.
second ago.
Can I
Athletics check.
now,
Yeah.
especially with both of them, I want to be under with my hands up, like
You're
just
ready
in
to
case
catch him.
anybody slips.
Yeah.
I got a 17 on that. Solid.
This one is really good. You jump another 7 feet up, 24 feet in the air, pull yourself up easily. You're getting that.
We're almost there,
That's 3
guys.
candlesticks. So we still have 2 more.
Yep.
Milo, can you jump from there to the top?
How far off are we?
You theoretically could jump and grab the top. Yes.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot. Yeah. Just a second. Let me try. I'll definitely give it a shot here.
Athletics check.
13.
13. Ugh. It hurts. This one, like you have to dig your fingers into the stone up here, and your muscles are burning, but you manage to pull yourself up over the ledge and see a door here.
I like
Let's
peek
go,
back over,
boys.
like, I made it, guys.
Good work. You next, Almond. Climb up.
Is there any rope or anything up here, or is it nothing?
No.
Just the door?
Yeah. Do I have any like sense of how long we've been in here, like for the trial, for the time?
Yes. It's been 13 minutes.
I'm going.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm immediately following him as quickly as possible.
Just everyone, for ease, just roll me an athletics check. Except Rylith. You're a monk. You can just do it.
Good.
11.
Okay. It's a very slow process for you, Apoy. This is not something you have a lot of experience with, but you do make it.
15.
Fedor, easier for you. You're used to pull-ups. You work out a lot.
24.
And just making it look easy. You just grab one-handed and are pulling yourself up. And you all find yourselves at the top. The door opens and Kabar comes out. Congratulations! Another one done in under 15 minutes. Full marks. Full marks.
Were we the first
Score sheet,
ones?
please. Not the first ones on this one, but close.
That's all right. We're doing good.
Congratulations.
Points.
There.
Good job.
Most
everyone.
people use the
right?
coins. That takes way longer than the candlesticks.
That was my first
Put
thought.
'em
Good
each
thing I
together.
have you two, or you guys, not you two. Sorry.
How do you use the coins?
You glue them together and make like rungs. Climb up with them.
They do
But-
make a ladder.
Candlesticks are so much easier.
Hmm.
Are you ready for the next trial?
Think so.
Yep.
All right, right this way. Stamps the document once again. Another 6 points for your team. This next one is called An Eye for an Eye. You've made it this far. Now you're gonna have to do even more climbing. He leads you into this next room, which has a huge totem pole carved into it. Huge totem pole stuck into the floor that reaches into the sky, about 40 feet tall, and it is placed near a wall with a ledge of a similar height. You see carved before you representations of various demons and devils. Your goal is twofold. First, you must remove the top devil's left eye and replace it with this. He hands you a globe of red glass. Second, you must each make your way to the top of the totem pole where you can step off the top of the wall and proceed to the next scenario. There's a set of stairs on the other side of the wall. Note, however, the extreme smoothness of this side of the wall. I can guarantee that, well, none except you, of course, Rylith, will be able to climb it. No, climbing the totem pole is certainly the way to go. And just to make it interesting, we've taken the liberty of greasing the pole, making it unclimbable without the help of some sort. Fortunately, you'll find 50-foot length of rope at the top, so climbing up there should be significantly easier for the last 3 team members. This one... He pulls a set of 4 cards from inside his robe, as well as a small hand mirror. The cards each have runes along their longer sides. You might need these, he says. There's a secret message in the scenario that could make your task considerably easier if you can figure out what it says.
Okay.
And let me send you pictures of that.
To clarify, the win condition is replace Devil Eye with red thing.
Replace Devil Eye with red thing and make it over the top of this wall.
I see.
Is
Rylith?
the totem?
Oh,
you go.
yes. Rylith, it's come to my attention that this puzzle is extremely easy if you just climb the wall, so please don't do that.
Ah.
Of course, we can't stop you, but it's not in the spirit of the game.
I don't think I'm that level monk yet, where I can just stick to shit.
Really?
No, that's so farther along.
Never mind.
But even if I could, I wouldn't.
Is the totem locked to the ground? Like, is it very clearly a part of the foundation?
Looking at it, yes. It does seem to be... It seems to go deeper into the ground.
I see. So we can't just knock it over and then replace the eye?
Can I see the 4 cards in the hand mirror?
Yes, I was just sending that to you.
Oh, I see.
What the...
They look like they can maybe be aligned to make words. A lot of them look like half letters.
Are you gonna try and arrange them into the shape of words, Apoy?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
I'm really good at these. Yeah, that's 18.
Sure. It only takes you 3 or 4 minutes to figure out that these do not form into any shape of words by rearranging them.
Even using like the hand mirror to see them backwards and stuff?
Even using the mirror to see them backwards, seemingly these do not.
Oh, interesting. Are the back of them just blank?
The back of them are, yes, just blank.
Were they given to us in some order, or were they just all just handed to us?
It was just a stack of them handed to you.
Well, can I just try to climb the central totem with the glass orb in hand?
Yeah, roll an athletics check with disadvantage.
Rats. 14, that's not bad. 9. 16.
But you try, but it's really slippery, and you make it maybe 10 feet off the ground before you just slide down. You get to like the second application of grease.
So if you butt up the bottom card, if you butt that up, the top of the bottom card to the bottom of the second from the top card, it looks like it says it's upside down, but it looks like it says this is.
I see. Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat that?
Okay, so the bottom card, the top looks like upside down letters. If you butt that up to the third card up, if you bought the top of the bottom with the bottom of the third up, it looks like it says this is.
Dan, you're absolutely right.
I agree.
I gave you the wrong information. I said these cards don't match up to anything. Apoy, with your intelligence check, you would have been able to figure out that these cards do say something. And putting them into order, they say... Hold on. I'm so sorry. I did not read this part. The cards say, this is really a waste of time.
Oh, you're
Are
kidding.
you fucking kidding me?
That's hilarious, actually.
Oh, we got.
I think I solved it though. It says break mirror. I break the mirror.
A 40-foot ladder falls out of an extra-dimensional space as you break the mirror.
If you look at the like totem pole, it has letters on the side.
Wait,
I was
what?
trying to match them up with the letters on the thing, and then I just read it, and it just says break mirror.
Yeah. He said there was a secret message. He did not say it was on the cards.
Wait,
Oh yeah, geez, it's like right there.
Oh yeah.
wait.
I was really
Amazing,
taking those
yeah.
like shape and trying to match them with the card, and then I was like, wait a second, those just look like letters.
They got me. Good.
That's
This
crazy.
one works so much better when you're like
Wow.
in person and you can actually hand out the cards, because then people
Yeah.
waste time rearranging. But I felt
Yeah.
bad because you can't rearrange them, and so I told them
Yeah.
you didn't say anything, and then I forgot it does say that it's a waste of time. But yes, with this ladder leaning up, it is extremely easy for you to swap out the eye, get up to the top of the wall.
Amim's inclination was right. He wanted to break it. Tear it down. He was right.
Good job on that.
Very cool.
And good job, Dan, for figuring out the puzzle that I just straight up told you was wrong.
I couldn't mentally shift much more than that, but I was like, well, that part is pretty doable.
Yeah. Kibar returns once again. Congratulations. Less than 15 minutes. You guys have a perfect score so far. May I see your answer sheet?
God, we're so much better than everyone else. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
6 points. Full victory.
The Rad Maptors.
The Rad Maptors, indeed. I'm rooting for you guys. You're my team. Are
my
you
boy.
ready for the next trial? Only 2 more to go.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Very well. This next one is called Canine Crossing.
Wait, what was the last one called? I didn't get the name of it.
Eye for an eye.
Oh, eye for an eye. This one's Canine Crossing.
Yes.
Okay.
He leads you through the door to a room that has yet another pit in it. A lot of pits in this. A large pit, 20 feet deep, 20 feet wide, and 20 feet long. There are 3 vicious wolves in the bottom of the pit, gnawing on some humanoid bones. Your task this time is simple, says Kibar. You need only cross this pit without being savaged by the dire wolves. Anyone attacked by them will be probably dead. To aid you in accomplishing your goal, here is some starting equipment. One 12-foot length of rope, one immovable rod, a ring of spell storing holding an invisibility spell, and please note that there are two other items of possible usefulness. There is another immovable rod and another 12-foot stretch of rope at the bottom of the pit with the wolves. I wouldn't recommend fighting the wolves. They're far more powerful than your average wolf. But I would recommend getting to the other side quickly. Any questions?
You had
No.
said we could cast spells if they were verbal and somatic, is that right?
Verbal and somatic, no material.
Okay.
I mean, surely we need to go get the other rod by being invisible with the ring, right?
Yeah, we could ask
Seems
those
dangerous,
fellas, though.
But don't they smell more than see?
Good point.
Did you just say ask them?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna like lean down by the pit and I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. Sure.
Apparently it's just verbal and somatic. Be like, hey gentlemen, how's it going down there? You look pretty hungry.
The wolves do not give any response, actually. They don't even seem to acknowledge that you're speaking to them.
That's a bit rude, isn't it? Hello?
They continue to gnaw on their bone.
I don't know, guys. It seems like they maybe were told not to speak. I don't know. A bit rude, though.
Wait.
How deep is the pit?
20 feet deep, 20 feet long, 20 feet wide. You have one immovable rod and 12 feet of rope.
Could we use rope and rod to leash, to trap animal?
Ooh.
We don't know how to get them there.
I pictured trying to run and jump and then stick the rod and swing on the rope over the pit, but that seems really dangerous and like there would not be enough rope.
Sorry to ask this again. How wide is the pit? I know you already said it, but I've missed it.
Yep. No worries. 20 by 20 by 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so 12 feet of rope is not even enough to
Yeah.
get across. But if we got the other length of rope, tied them together, it would be. And then we could make, like, we would put both the immovable rods on either side and, like, shimmy across. But that requires somebody sneaking past them and getting the rope for us and stuff. And then you have to get up the other side, which I'm not sure how you would do.
Milo was kind of onto something, maybe.
Yeah.
12 feet is more than half.
If we can jump,
So,
if someone can jump 10 feet and stick the rod center point above the pit, then the rope would technically swing from one side to the other if the rope was
Oh.
connected to the rod.
Well, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Or even just how do you activate the rod? Like if you tied it to the rope and then threw the rod and chink stuck. Okay, so you've got to have a hold of it and hit the button. He can throw me. This could be it. The throw.
But, well, the rod. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that seems good to me. It doesn't use the invisible spell, sort of thing, but
That's true. It doesn't. Yeah, that is true. I don't know, and it is risky. I feel like if we botch the rolls, someone's going in the pit.
yeah. I mean, you could be invisible while we try this.
True. Yeah.
Then at least if you fall, maybe you don't get seen.
I'm going to yell down at the wolves. I'm going to just like make some noise to see if I can get a reaction out of them.
Roll performance check.
Milo straight up talked to them in their wolf language, and they didn't even look. I think these
Yeah,
are pretty
that's
fucking.
true.
I know, that's kind of my point.
Jerks.
Are they real
They have-
wolves?
Like maybe they're yeah. That's a good.
Oh,
that is
that's
a good
not
point.
even.
They have like
Oh.
a skeleton down there with them, right? Like they're just gnawing on the bones.
6. I'm just going to be like, motherfuckers!
They're gnawing on bone. This seems like a juicy bone.
Bones are notoriously
You
juicy.
all- You guys get it. When you're gnawing on that juicy bone, you just can't think of anything else.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna say down to them in their wolf language, like, you see this fella here? He's twice the wolf any of yous was. I bet your mother was a bitch. Yeah, nothing.
All right, look, let's. If we got an
got
idea, we
nothing.
got to do it. Or if we have an idea, we got to do it. There's a time limit.
Okay, so is the plan we cast invisibility on Milo, we throw him, have him stick the rod, and hopefully swing from there to the other side?
I guess
That
so.
sounds-
Okay,
I can
how
do
are we
it.
gonna get the rope back to our side?
Well, that's a good question, actually.
I'll jump across as well. Catch the rope halfway through. Throw it back over.
There's also stuff in the pit, right? There's another rod down there.
There's another rod down there and a rope down there.
I think we can skip it altogether, honestly.
Okay, but the rope. So
If
you're
I make
saying
it to
you're
the
gonna-
other side, the rope is gonna be hanging straight down at that point.
That's what I'm worried about.
Well,
And
if you
then-
swing with the rope to the other side, you can swing the rope back to the other side. Somebody would have to catch it, though. Otherwise, it will maybe
They'd
not
have
go
to
all
catch
the way
it,
back.
and if he's like coming, like with the rope, he's gonna be facing away from the way the rope is like going, so it might like pull him back if he doesn't let go. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you've ever swung on a rope and you swing to the
Yeah,
other edge, it like
He would have to swing the other end and then drop. He would only be about 2 foot over the edge,
Yeah.
assuming
if
that
we can throw him
pole
10
is
feet.
exactly halfway. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
There's-
I mean,
a possibility
love
it
it.
might work.
look, I can get over to the other side right now. Is there anything we can do with that?
That's a good point.
Like, I
That's
can get over
interesting.
there with no issue.
Yeah,
What's the long jump multiplier? Is it
You would have 10 feet of space to get a running head start, so for this, it would just be equivalent to your strength score.
I see. So there's 9 feet to. Okay.
so I can jump like 9 feet. Not very far, not even halfway.
I could.
So
make
if the
it
rope's
over.
hanging, I literally can't get to it.
It is almost like we need to have 2 of them, 2 swinging rope things, or
Well,
something.
if we have 2 of them, we can just tie them together.
Yeah.
And then we have one that's long enough to cover the entire, expanse.
How long are the rods?
The rods are like a foot in length.
Oh,
The
But I'm
ropes
saying
are 12 each.
right.
Yeah, but if you have an immovable rod on both sides, you can just hang the rope between them. And then we can just, walk across or shimmy our way across or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, how do we get to the other side? Can Rylith get to the other side and grab it and set up the?
Well, it's not on the other side, though. It's at the bottom of the pit with the hole.
We have to go down in the pit.
The only other thing I was thinking is maybe we could, use the... Because the other thing I'm worried about is how are we going to get the person out of the pit once they've collected these items?
The pit is 20 feet deep, right?
Shit, that's right.
If I go down,
Which
I
is
can jump out of the pit.
Really? You can... Oh, well, in that
Well-
case, I think we should...
Yeah, I can jump 14 feet. Does that include me, Because I myself am 7 feet tall, but does that... You know what I'm trying to say?
I know exactly what you're trying to say. I think the way that I've been ruling it is you get half of your body height on that as well. So that would you're 7 feet. You get like an extra 3 feet basically
Okay.
if you stick your arms up. So 7.
So I can jump 14 feet plus 3. That's 17. If somebody could literally just like be down there with a hand or like maybe lower the rope or something, I'd be able to get out in no time, as long as somebody was waiting to pull me back up.
So you're basically suggesting that we stay here with the rope. You jump down there, get the stuff,
Yep.
and we have the rope. We pull you back out, and we can make you invisible while you do this, so you maybe don't get mauled to death by the dire wolves.
And also, we could plant rod in ground and use it as support, so we no hold.
Good idea. Yeah, really smart.
Oh yeah, that's better. That's
Look,
definitely better.
I'll go
Okay.
down into those ravenous wolves on one condition, and I look at Apoy and I say, we'll have a conversation together one of these days where you won't judge me, insult me, or fight with me. Just one. That's all I ask.
Done.
Give me the ring.
There you go, Frodo.
Now I'm going to spend 9 hours throwing this in a volcano.
And it's gonna be the best cinema ever created.
So what?
Is he frozen for everybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He moved.
So what is your plan, Garrick? Rylith.
Did you just say something?
I asked what your plan was now that you have the ring.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to jump down.
You're just
Are
jumping
you
down.
invisible?
Yeah, sorry,
Well, you have
sorry.
to cast a spell, right?
Sorry. Can I cast the ring? The spell
Yep.
through the ring. I'm invisible, presumably.
Yep.
I'm going to jump down. Can I grab the... Is it a bag?
Yep. You see a bag in the corner opposite from the wolves over here.
I pick it up.
Pick it up.
Fucking... Whew.
Are the wolves reacting at all?
No. He is invisible though.
I don't want to
But
test
he
it.
makes noise. And he
Don't
smells.
question a good thing, Dan.
Yeah, exactly. I'm don't ask, you know. I'll jump up, and I will spend a key point to just sort of like Mario double jump when you guys think I like sort of reached that crux, and then if
We
there
can't
is
see you, so we got no idea.
oh fuck okay well if there is somebody if there is at least 3 feet of somebody there to catch me, I will get my way up there.
Well, didn't Amon lower the rope?
Just
Yeah.
lower the rope. Okay, yeah. Then I'll just grab the rope.
Should be like 12 feet down there. Like you should have plenty.
Easy enough. So you make it down. You make it back up. You've got the extra rope and the immovable rod. How do you get to the other side?
All right. What's the plan now? And I give him the context
So-
back.
I think we should tie the rope to the rope that we already have hanging.
What of the wolves? Wolves pay no attention with the ring on?
Oh, look. And I point back down to them eating.
Nom 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 nom.
I mean, maybe they're just fake wolves, but who cares at this point?
Yeah.
We can just ignore them.
Just stick one immovable rod with the rope tied to the other rope, tied to the other immovable rod, and then we are gonna have to walk that rod through the pit and then stick it on the other side.
Well, I thought,
Well-
can't you just jump it, Rylith?
Okay, that's safer, yeah. But be
Just
invisible
jump it
while
with
you
the
do
rod.
I
it.
would.
Yeah.
I would technically be landing with my arms up. Like, I would have to make it to the other side with that clearance of arms. So would I have to, like, pull myself up, Will?
I'd say yes.
Because I'm 18 is my strength score, so I'd make it 18 feet. I would use my whatever half body size clearance, but those would be my arms, so I may have to catch
I would
myself.
say yes. It hinges on an athletics check.
You got to Indiana Jones that.
Are you trying to
Okay.
grab the other edge of the other
It's
side of the pit?
the only way I can make it across, yeah.
What if you just stick the rod at whatever point you make it to? Do you know what I mean? Just leap, and then as far as you go at the highest point, just activate the rod, and then that's your ledge. You know what I mean? And then you're not. I don't know if that's better or worse though.
Well, if you have any well words, it's time to wish them
Yeah,
before I go.
yeah. Think of like a spider monkey kind of flying around, or like an orangutan, and I'm gonna cast guidance on him to do it.
Sure.
So add 3 to whatever.
And I would like to jump and reach out and try to grab the other side.
Sure. Roll an athletics check for me. You manage to grab the other side. It's just about redirecting your momentum so you go up instead of like face planting into the wall and falling.
Athletics check. Dirty 20.
You make it look easy.
Plus 3 from guidance, so 23.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you almost like you grab the wall and you like make contact with your legs and use that momentum to propel yourself and do sort of like a swing up on the wall and do sort of like a backflip and land.
Lock that baby into place.
All right.
And it is easy enough for all of you to make your way across the rope, where you are greeted by Kibar. Another perfect score. Congratulations. 4 for 4. Score sheet, please.
We certainly weren't the first ones to get that done, were we?
No, not that one.
What was fastest method?
What was what?
Fastest method. Am I saying that right?
Yes, fastest method. Well, the actual solution that didn't hinge on making a crazy leap across the pit. Someone went down, grabbed the other rod, grabbed the rope, used the 2 rods as ladders, pulled themselves up the other side, tied it off.
Didn't think about having the 2
that's
rods
cool.
at once. I didn't even think of that.
But you still made it, and still in plenty of time. There is, as DM will, there is one more trial. It's 11 o'clock. We can postpone this until next time. I know Logan's not home. We got class tomorrow.
We got one more
Let's
left,
do it.
though. We got
One
one
more?
more.
Well, is
We're gonna solve it in
like
like
the
5
hardest
minutes.
one? Is it gonna be like the hardest one? It'll take us an hour.
All of these are based on logic. This one
got it.
is no different.
We got it, boys.
I wouldn't say it's the hardest one. It's just how fast you pick up on things.
Okay, what?
If we don't solve it in 10 minutes, we'll quit and go next week.
So
That
you get a
sounds
whole
good.
week to think about it.
I like it.
Exactly.
Okay.
I
And
promise I
we'll
won't
call
think
it,
about it.
no matter what, after this trial, we will call it for the night.
Okay.
So, this one is called Death Potential. I'm so glad you've made it this far, says Kabar. He looks at your score sheet and hands it back to you. You need only cross this narrow bridge, spanning the cliff you see before you. Puzzle out the magic lock that seals the door on the cliff face opposite us, and exit through it. If you make it, you'll find a set of stairs that lead you to the cheering crowd above, and if not, well, come with me. He leads you to the edge of the cliff. Believe it or not, we've had complaints about our scenarios not being dangerous enough. I'm sure you've noticed
Really?
the artificial nature of most of the threats you've faced so far. I suppose there's a case to be made for not putting forth your best effort if you know no harm will befall you if you fail, but frankly, I'd rather err on the side of caution. Nonetheless, it was decided this year that, due to last year's controversy, this last scenario should present some real danger. Therefore, in the waters below swims a hybrid creature, part blood-sucking tick, part tadpole. We call him a tickpole.
Oh,
I
no.
caution you to keep your footing. Anyone falling in the water will be attacked and probably devoured. I'm prohibited from intervening. If you fall in, you're on your own, although we will attempt to restore the lies, if possible, if there are any remains left. He looks down sadly. There's already been one incident today. You don't have to continue with this. Just say the word and we can quit right here. He looks around at all of you.
What was name of first caller?
Steve.
Not Steve.
it's a very contemporary name. I like it.
Well,
It's a good name.
I don't
He
know.
was ahead of his time.
I don't know if you
May
knew
he
Tread
this,
better.
but
May
actually,
he rest in peace.
10 to 15% of the population are named Steve. It's the most common name.
Oh,
That is absolutely
that.
true.
I like this place.
There's some variation. Steven, Stefan, you know, with
I
the
know.
H's.
Steve.
I know.
Well,
like,
if you
Silas.
God.
would like to continue on, the mechanics of the lock ahead are simple. There are 5 rods labeled 1 through 10. There are 10 rods labeled 1 through 10 that must be inserted into the appropriate holes for the door to open. Only 5 of these will be used. It's up to you to figure out which rods are used and which ones go into which holes, but there isn't much room on the bridge, so you might want to examine the door one at a time. Once the rods are in place, put your hand on the plate at the right of the door. If you've placed the rods correctly, it will open. If you haven't, well, I hope you're good swimmers. If you're ready,
Shit.
you may begin.
Not the tick
How-
pole.
Oh man. Oh, how? So there are 10 rods. How many holes are there?
So let me send you a picture of both the room and this contraption. There are 10 rods and 100 holes.
Oh no. Okay, so we're not going to be guessing this.
And they're labeled 1 through 100.
Nope. Let me show you a picture.
Oh my god, this is
Goodness.
horrifying. It's just a little plank.
So it's like a grid of holes. On one side, it has numbers 1 through 10, and on the other like axis, it says "Beware of Tickpole."
Okay. It's weird that he spelled that. That seems like
Yeah.
yeah.
There's one
Oh,
and
okay, so the different
3C.
letters.
It's also all
Different-
capitalized on the thing, and it looks like it's
Yeah.
over the columns.
Yeah, so each letter associates with a column. And then there's
So-
1 to 10.
So C is 3, K is 1. If assuming it goes back to the top again, because K is 11, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
Well,
You mean the 11th letter?
He's
Yeah,
counting
yeah, yeah.
the circles, and what's like to a letter. So how many circles are there?
I just thought we'd put a rod in each number that corresponded with the numeric value of the alphabet. So if T is whatever number in the alphabet, then that's
Oh.
what hole the rod goes into.
Well, but T is greater than 10 in the alphabet.
Yeah, I just assumed it would start back over at the top again, but I don't know why I would assume that.
Yeah.
Is there? Can I make an investigation check to see if there's anything that like would signify letter corresponding to a number?
Absolutely, roll an investigation check.
Dog water. It's 7.
This room, there's like nothing. It's just a blank room. There are no like clues or anything that you can find around here. You're on your own.
Oh,
What
man.
what kind of
That's
reaction
tough.
do we expect if we put the pole in the wrong hole?
So
Drop
you
Oh,
you don't
just
think there's
drop
any specific reaction from just putting it in the wrong hole, but if you put them in wrong and then try and open the
try the
door,
door.
it drops out from under you and Tickpole devours you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You'll share the same fate as Steve.
Not Steve.
May I remind you, you may have a hint if you wish,
Oh,
Is there
although it
any,
will take away half of your points.
is there any debris in the room, like rocks or like gravel or anything?
Nope. It is just a completely empty room, stone walls, stone floor, this one plank and a door.
where are the rods?
They are just sort of laid out on the floor in front of you, and as you look at them, you can see they are numbered. They're not numbered. I modified this puzzle slightly from the original one because originally there were. I can't explain why I modified it, but to make it work, I had to modify it. It is supposed to be used with 10 poles. You only need 5 of them. And it doesn't matter which 5 you choose, it just matters where you put them.
Now I'm even more confused.
Yeah, now I'm
So
really
it's
confused.
solved with only 5. So
It's solved with 5.
my theory
Okay.
was wrong, I guess.
But the poles are numbered.
5.
Ignore the numbers on the poles. That doesn't matter. We'll just say
Okay.
there are 5 poles in front of you.
5 poles. And they're
It does not
all
matter.
indistinct.
They are all the exact same.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I screwed that one up.
Okay.
Well, if we're using anything from Steven's method, T is the 20th letter, so it would be the 10 slot. I is the 9th. C is obviously the 3rd. K
We
is
only
the
use 5. We only use 5
Yeah.
positions.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I realized too. And then there's not like 5 that are 10 or less. There's only like 3.
A question. Just to confirm again. Only need 5 to solve, but we have 10 poles, right?
I retcon that. You have 5. You only need
Okay.
5. I tried to make this more complicated than it needs to be. There are just 5 indistinguishable poles.
Okay. I was gonna say, because if there's like multiple poles, I was gonna try to throw it down into the water to see if like tick poles react if they actually exist.
There are 5. I'm
Maybe
sorry.
solution water? Likely not.
I've got no fucking idea.
1 through 10. Where are the numbers? I don't want to face
honestly-
the tick pole. I don't want to face him.
I honestly think we take the hit. The
hit.
minus 50%. Yeah, and
Fuck.
Is there like what do we have? So we have 5 poles. We need to fill in 5 poles of 10. There's nothing distinct on the poles, right? That will say anything.
they're indistinguishably said.
Does anybody say like try walking on the plank to see anything? Would be a good move.
Yeah, before we take the hint.
Yeah, just like explore everything that we have.
I feel like he was told us to do something else, but yeah, I thoroughly looked through the room. Is there anything that we didn't immediately notice?
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
My investigation check was terrible.
I have +6, so mine should be fine. 16.
16. Looking through the room, all you find is what you brought with you and 5 rods.
Well, there's 5 of us.
Maybe it's something with the wordplay, because it was a combination of a tick and a tadpole.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got something to do with tad. TAD.
Beware.
I mean, we could think of any number of solutions based on the information. We just don't have enough info to solve this,
Yeah,
right?
we need the hint. I think we got it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we got 6s on everything. One hint's not going to kill us. Can we ask the guy, like, hey, are we in first place right now?
I can't disclose that information, but you've scored perfectly so far.
I wonder how many other teams are in score.
I'm gonna
Wait,
We just have to be a top 10 team. Surely there weren't 9 other teams that got perfect scores.
start like puffing and puffing. This one not possible.
I regret to inform you, it is extremely possible. You need
God, that makes me
nothing.
not want to do the hint. Fuck.
You need nothing except what you've been provided in this contest.
You lie.
Okay, no, he said that's so weird. What have we been provided?
Nothing. In fact,
Well-
we had our things taken away.
We got the poles, that's it.
Poles. We Got several poles.
They're indistinct. They're poles.
He looks like he is like actively holding himself back from saying something.
What do you want to say? Tell us. What do you want to?
You little rat.
I've said all I can. You need nothing except what you were provided in this
Wait, was
contest.
that our hint?
No, that was not your
Oh,
hint.
thank God.
Oh,
The hint
my
is a
God,
lot
I was
more explicit.
pissed.
I was gonna say.
I think we just do the hint, guys.
I say
I
hint.
mean, I don't know.
Sorry.
I got it.
If this is what loses us the game, then so be it. But I
Think about
I
the
need a hint.
hindsight bias, guys. Come on, think about the hindsight bias. We're gonna be like, oh my god.
Well, of course we are, but that's every single puzzle ever. I mean,
Hint. Let's do it.
I can't.
Do you guys want the hint?
I'm cool with it. It's fine.
It's fine.
All right. The hint. He reaches into a pocket, unscrolls a little piece of parchment. Your score sheet holds the answer to this puzzle.
Son of a bitch.
What?
Oh my God. Rashid.
What's on the score sheet?
Can I look at the score sheet? What
There's-
does it
Looking
say?
at the score sheet, as I said, all it says on it are the name of these different, the different trials and a score next to them. So I will send you exactly what it says.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
like
So the first.
K9 is going to be K9.
What-
You see what I'm saying? Like K9 Crossing was the fourth.
It's chess anyone, hell to pay, eye for an eye, canine crossing. And then I forgot what this one's called.
Death Potential.
Death potential.
Ignore the part that says circumstance. That's just where they write notes about. It's not important.
Okay, so chess anyone.
Chess anyone? Score 6? I'm hoping something jumps out here. So there's 5 challenges. 5 polls.
Well, I mean, K9 is definitely one of the answers, right?
Yeah.
K9.
I for an I, that could be I1. You know, because the 1 kind
Wouldn't
of
it be
looks like an I.
I4.
No, it's I4.
That's so much smarter.
Okay, so this is definitely how you do it.
Hell to pay.
what
I
would-
don't know what that means. Just 2.
Hell.
But I don't know what hell would be.
Okay, 2 is the number.
Is it the P?
I guess L2, maybe?
Hmm.
That one's a little shaky.
To pay. To pay?
What about death potential?
Death Potential. Death.
Oh.
Is the wait. Are we sure it's not basically C, like, okay, so chess anyone. So if we go C A and then hell to pay would be shit. There's no never mind. Or P.
I feel like it's got to be the wordplay because K9
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so.
yeah.
That's so on the nose there.
Okay.
I mean, okay,
But-
so it's got to have. The first one's gonna have 1 in it. N1, I guess. NE1, N1. Is N an option? No. It's not.
That's
Could it be just C1?
NE1. Oh, maybe it's E1. NE1.
an E1. That kind of
An E1? Yeah.
an
I like
E1.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
So E1,
Okay.
Hell to pay.
which is it's definitely 2.
Right.
L2, I guess. Hell.
L
L2.
L2, yeah.
Hell to P? Is
That
it-
one I'm less confident on.
Yeah.
But L is
I4, that's perfect.
I4 is easy.
K9,
K9.
perfect. Death
And then I have no
potential.
idea on death potential.
This one throws the whole thing off because I have no idea.
There's like no numbers in it, is the thing.
Yeah.
Death
The
potential.
Oh, 10. Don't do it,
10?
Will. Don't you dare
That's
go easy on
10.
us.
Oh, 10.
10.
Death 10.
Death Po 10. P-O we have in there.
Yeah.
Well, Death 10.
O 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only one I don't know about is the hell thing.
But it's got to be a
Hell.
2, right? Is
Hell.
it a P?
L2.
L2P?
2P.
L.
I have no idea.
L2.
E1.
I guess
2P. I4. Is that in the same, like, method? You know what I'm trying to say? K9. Is it letter and then... Or no, wait, no. It doesn't. It alternates. Never mind.
It's not.
So that makes me less confident because they're not formatted the same, you know.
O10. 10. I mean, I think this has got to be it, though.
We're almost there.
All right, well, let's just start from the top. Are we all in agreement with E1 for NE1?
Yeah.
All right, I put a rod in E1. Then the next one, L2.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
L2.
Okay. I4.
Yeah.
K9.
K9. 10. Oh. Yeah, O10, right?
O10.
Is it always the letter first?
That's what I tried
E1,
figuring out earlier. I don't think.
L2. Yeah, it is. It is.
I4. K9.
K9. O10. Yeah, it is.
O10.
What
All
about Hell to Pay? Did we do that right? L2?
That would be
L2.
L2.
Okay. How far away is
It's
the touchpad to like activate the door?
You just have to. It's right next to the door. You gotta reach up. If you're confident, you gotta slap it.
One at a time.
Let's just say like if you had a frog's tongue that reached out, could you slap it with the frog's tongue?
You could, but unfortunately, you don't. It was left with all your stuff.
Crap, you're right. Okay, fair enough. Right.
Yeah, one at a time for sure. But this has got to be correct. Do we want to go through them one more time just to make sure?
I
makes sense?
am confident.
I think we're
You're confident?
I've been looking through
sounded
these
pretty good.
with you. I've been sticking it. I'm pretty confident. If it's not this, there's not something that I could come up with that is better. So, you know.
No, but I mean just from the wordplay, we think we have everything in the correct position. I think this is definitely how you do it. L2, I4, K9. I think so too. Okay, lock it in. I'll go and hit the thing. Fuck it.
Okay. You flick the 5 poles into spot place. Take a deep breath. Put your hand up to slap the thing. There's a grinding. And the door opens. As you got it correct. And that is where we will call it for tonight.
Oh, dude, that would have been so much harder if there were 10 poles. Because we would have been like, what are the other 5?
Yeah, in the original module, there are 10 challenges. So there's one for each letter.
Oh dang.
I cut it down to 5 because I think 5 of them are okay and 5 of them are stupid. And I didn't like the other 5. And then it gets a little complicated because I really like this last puzzle because I think I just really like this solution to it.
Yeah.
But it's a bit weird without. So that's where I fucked up. But
I think it was great.
thank you guys for playing along. I think that's the last.
Without that hint, no way I would have gotten it.
No. I would have never thought to look at the scorecard.
That's why I kept bringing up the scorecard.
Yeah, in hindsight, I was like, wow.
You had it.
You gave it to us. You really did feed that to us.
You really did. But God, I was so not even close. But
I was
think the
looking
rest
at
of them did really well.
the names earlier and I was like, I don't really fully understand. I mean, I don't know. I had them written down exactly as Will like presented them in the question. So if I had a brain, I would have probably.
I was also writing them all down. But
Yeah.
It's also 11 o'clock at night, and
True.
I think
Didn't
this
work
is
for
the.
them.
I think in the entire campaign, this is the last big series of challenges. So we'll not have to sweat through that again.
trials.
I
Alright, I'm
enjoyed
going to
it.
bed, guys.
We're only level 5.
I'm not promising that. I'm just saying as far as I've planned out.